we get some crazy people up here who don't like the tour, I'm gonna have you come up here too, to be my backup. But I am gonna be nice. I try to be nice. Logic said, okay. How do you feel, dear chat? Oh mine. How do you feel about the Unfuck America tour? You think it went well? How do you feel about it? What's your general consensus? The conservatives are coming out and saying that it was great, so that is very affirming. If you have any questions, remember when UFOs were all we used to hear about? I love UFOs. We know you're conservative, and I know that you're like straight up on winecore, okay? Like WH wine. Just straight up whiner in your mother's basement, man. That's okay though. You're still loved. I think it will well, to be honest. Thank you, Snake Oil Politics. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? I gotta make sure I follow you because I know okay, I do follow you. Hi. How you doing? Those headphones are dope. Thanks. They're just normal. I don't know. They're just something that works, I guess. I don't like wearing things like this on my ears, and then I don't even know if I'm screaming. Am I yelling? I could be yelling and I don't even know that I'm yelling, so. Space 8. Okay, you sound. Please just don't slur or say some crazy things. I'm so sorry.
No, no, definitely not. I do
Okay.
just have a quick question.
Okay. Whoo, you scared me there. What's up?
No, no, I promise. I'm 27. I'm not a child. I'm not gonna do all that.
Thanks, that's sweet.
Um, I got you. I do just have a quick question. I did see a video of you recently supporting older millennial.
Wait. Hold on. We gotta rephrase that. What is like the definition of supporting someone?
I saw like a video of you two together.
Yeah, okay, so
I don't know if you guys.
you saw like a 3 second clip, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, I just don't know if supporting is the right word to put in there. I think supporting's doing a lot of heavy lifting in that
I understand.
sentence. Okay.
I understand. So, are you? Was he just someone that you just kind of saw?
Hey,
What you like?
he came to the tour to debate, and then he didn't debate and instead made fun of our sign. But I was just happy that the conservatives were coming in because the more conservatives come in, the more people we can debate. Also, the UFA tour, it's taken a path of trying to bridge gaps. The Democrats decided to try to spend $20 million on finding people who could talk to conservatives. They should just invest in the tour, to be honest.
Okay. Well, honestly, that was kind of because I saw that video. I kind of wanted to come up and just ask because I know he said some pretty heinous things before in the
Yes.
past. So I didn't know if you also supported him or his things, but
No, I don't support his beliefs. I think he spreads mass amounts of disinformation, but I also think that the left does a very interesting thing where they'll they'll put themselves in a position to completely I'm not going to say that he doesn't deserve to be ostracized because I think his belief system is like literally abhorrent, but I
of
think we
course.
put a lot of weight onto people's words in a way that's almost hypocritical. For example, with there's I don't know if you know the what's the content creator, and I'm gonna tell you at least she's consistent, but her name's Tashika. She is someone on our side. She is someone who has called for the public like I can't even say it, but like there's a tree and there's like a a
Yeah.
robe. Okay, yeah, for
Yes.
like
Yes. I know
Dean.
what you mean. Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
on a live with her the other night and she called for me and Kyla to experience that. That's horrific.
Yeah.
That's
No.
horrific.
Definitely.
And she's on our side and it's the left is a very interesting thing where it's like he has I don't even it's not necessarily tongue in cheek, but he has a moment where he says something that's like, "Bro, that's horrific." But then we have like Destiny on this side who says some horrific stuff, and then we have like Tashika on this side that says her some horrific stuff. So I don't necessarily put the weight on when people say like I think that people like hold on to one thing that someone said that they don't like in order to push the narrative of associating with them makes you a horrible person, but then they don't apply that same thing to people on our side who have said horrible
Right. Right. Right.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I mean, there's extremists on both sides. I mean,
Yeah,
it is
very
what it is.
sadly. Yeah,
Yeah. Honestly, unfortunate.
very
Um.
unfortunate. Because
Yeah.
it makes it. I think it makes those of us who just want to have productive conversations Uh, you know, it's pretty bad. All the conservatives, they made videos saying, "Oh my God, we went to the Unfuck America tour. We expected these people to be crazy, and we came to crash it." And they left saying, "Never mind, they were extremely nice, and they weren't crazy." And the thing is, like, okay, so a lot of people who follow OM are coming over to my page and following me. And they're following me because they're like, oh, Mercedes is not a psycho leftist. I actually want to hear what she has to say. So
Right.
me being nice to OM isn't because I think that OM has wonderful ideas, but rather I am playing 5D chess here. I know that his audience will see that and be like, oh, this isn't a crazy leftist. Maybe I'll go listen to the message that this bitch has
Oh,
to
I got.
say.
Okay, so I got. So you're kind of trying to play both sides. I understand. Like
I
trying, not
wouldn't.
like both sides, but like kind of in the middle.
I'm trying to open up the tent door. Democrats sewed the tent door shut, and they wonder why people aren't entering it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, honestly, I really do appreciate you clearing that up. Thank you.
You're sweet. I'm giving you a follow. You seem based.
Yeah, thank you. Trust me, I'm not trying to start any
You're a
problems.
sweetheart. No, you're a
I literally
sweetheart.
just saw that video and I was like, it was a little weird. I was like, it's a bit odd. I was like, but
No, I mean,
honestly,
of course, people. I take a little bit different of approach. Think like Joe Rogan of the left approach going on here. So we'll see how that turns out. Right now, I'm going to get a lot of hate for it for the next 2, 3, 4, probably 5 years. But at some point, it's going to pay off, and they're going to be like, "Wow, yeah, we should have, we want policy to pass." Well, we exist in a state of the world right now in which the America is regressing because there is no bipartisanship to be had. It's so bad. We don't even agree on anything to the point where like a president comes in and then redacts the entire past presidency simply because I don't like Democrats or I don't like Republicans,
right,
even when some of the policy that was passed was really good and should have been bipartisanly supported, simply because they do not want that president or the Democrats to have any wins, and they'll sacrifice the American people as a result for it. So we have to breed bipartisanship back into politics for the sake of everyone's benefit. And liberal content creators don't want to do that, and right wing content creators don't want to do that. They've almost become entertainers for their side. So you have a bunch of like left wing content creators who jump on this app and they're just like MAGA bad, I hate Trump, and then
right.
same thing with the right, liberal bad, and we're not getting anywhere. I don't know if you like the algorithm. All liberals get is just other
Yeah, like
liberal
anti,
content
yeah,
creators.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course, like anti like Trump stuff, and then same on the other side. Yeah, of course.
yeah. The echo chamber is really disturbing here. The
Yeah,
division is nasty. So I said, let's do something else here. And it's not a lucrative path. A lot of people like to call me a grifter, and I'm like, wait. You don't make money going against the grain. I was a Republican influencer. That's where I started out, and I'm like, oh, you guys are like against my morals, and you guys are actually kind of insane. I'm not doing this. So I left. There's money over there but I was like, fuck your money, I don't want it. I
right,
came over here, and I could have gone down the path of DNC Shill and just like thrown my brain in the toilet and said, screw all free thinking
right.
capabilities. And then I said, well, no, that's not a good idea because it's also against my morals. So I chose the path that gets you the least amount of views and the most amount of problems.
But honestly, I feel like that's kind of the most engaging conversation you can have is when
Thank
you're
you.
kind of in the middle of the line. You know what I mean? Once you're dealing with these kind of like extremist left and right, yeah, there's not a lot of conversation that can be had. And but I really do appreciate you kind of clearing this up. Honestly,
Of course, anytime. That's what I try to go live to do that. But thank you, buddy. I'm gonna bring some guests up here they'll probably want to argue with me. But you're based. You're
I,
based. Everyone
I
go
got
follow
you.
this guy. He's based.
I got you. Thank you, Mercedes.
Bye, buddy. All right, guests. We got 3 guests. Okay, all of you guys look paranoid, geopolitical. I know you're coming up here to argue. It's okay though. I'll take you. Phoenix. I don't know. Just don't come up here and slur, please, please, please. Hi. Hi. Don't say anything bad. Oh,
Hello.
okay. You seem normal. Never mind. Whew. I'm
What?
so
Did you think I was going to scream or something?
no. It's just people come up here and they start saying like the N word on repeat, and I'm like, who are you
Oh,
people? Yeah,
no. I would never do that. No,
that's cool. Thank you.
no. I'm actually a big fan of yours, actually.
Oh, I'm following you right now.
I'm just a or I just draw and stuff and whatnot. And yeah, no, I like your videos. They're very fun and very informative and such. And I do also do my own research as well too.
I love you. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna give you a follow. I'm gonna get some opposition up here, but you should. I don't know if you're in my Discord. We do like FaceTimes. If you go to the link in my bio, you can join the Discord. We FaceTime, we talk. I get to know all you guys because I love talking to y'all. I'm trying to build it up so I can do my giveaways and like I want to do some Easter egg hunts and some cool stuff. But building it up right now. But I think we got like 400 something people in there, so you should join. You should jump on the FaceTimes because I'd like to get to know you.
Yeah, and again, I just draw. I play some D&D with some friends and whatnot here and there, etc.
Taste. Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
buddy.
Take care.
What a sweetie. What a sweetie. Ah, I love nice people. Okay. Your flag violates flag code. You're okay. I'm getting like you're probably not your typical Trump supporter if you're saying that because you probably hopefully don't own a Trump flag, but if you want up, okay, Skibbity boy, you gotta you're not gonna get up here. I'm sorry. If you're gonna come up here and just start yelling about toilets, I don't know how productive that is, but Trump flags also violate flag code. Awesome. I mean, that's based. At least you're consistent. Paco, you can say please, but it's not happening. If you want to come up and you want to talk about the tour, if you have a problem with me personally because you think that I'm a plant or whatever, I was picking my words wisely. Come on up here. Republicans are Nazis, so not MAGA. Oh, I just saw Republican and I was like, oh no, it's okay. No, I'm nice to you guys regardless. But if you want up, you can have up. If you don't like me, I'd like to talk to you. I want to bridge gaps. I bridge gaps with multiple types of people, Republicans, and the people who don't like me. So it's an equal opportunity Mercedes diss. Okay, you can come up here and diss me. I'll give you $1 if you let me up. It's okay. I don't really need your dollar, but I do implore you to donate that $1 to a homeless person. I think you're awesome. Sapphire, I think you're awesome, and I think I already follow you, but now I follow you. I followed you back. If you have any questions about the tour, there's like an eyelash on my nose. If you follow the tour, if you like the tour, if you hate the tour, if you don't like me, come up and let's talk about it. Just want to talk, but you got to request up. Do I support MAGA? Fuck no. It's crazy. Are you guys still continuing the tour? Yes. I am not going to say tour like tour. Okay? I am not from the East Coast. I am not. Who is saying it like that? Tour. No, thank you. Next stop. I know we have America Fest that we're going to go instigate, cause some ruckus there, but we have a couple stops, which will be in December in Arizona, but we have a couple stops we want to do beforehand. We just have to get General Maximus. We just have to get Charlie Kirk to drop those dates. He's got to drop those dates. I say tour. Oh, nice. Bless you. Thank you. If you guys do not like me, I want to talk to you. I'm actually really wanting to talk to people who don't like me. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. So, for whatever reason, you don't like me. Does Charlie just usually hit red states? No, he hits a lot of blue states. Do you use wash rags or wash rags? I use my hand and a bar of soap. I love you, Gen X. And your guys are going to be like, what in the world? You're hard to hate. Thank you. That is an unpopular opinion, actually. I'm pretty easy to hate for a lot of people. Sorry, I'm the class clown. No, you're not a clown. You're amazing. I think Charlie Kirk fad is ending with his statement about the Epstein files. No, Charlie Kirk's built a cult, a 15-year in the making cult. You guys can request up if you don't like me. I guess more people like me than I thought. My comment sections would say otherwise, though. I don't know. They just crawl out like cockroaches from the corners of the goddamn earth, and then they run away when you actually want to have a conversation with them. 114 people in here. Someone has to not like me. You're just gonna have to want to talk about it. You're hard to dislike, Mercedes. Thanks, Logix. You are too. You're hard to dislike as well. But I'm trying to. I really want to get some footage of bridging gaps, especially if I have a mic on, a good mic and a good headset. Then I could clip it and save it for later. Legit question: what happened to Dean and Parker? So what happened to Dean and Parker was they decided to replace all of the water in their house with soy milk, and then only consume that. And many months later, it resulted in how they treat other people. So that's okay though. If you guys have any questions for me, will Destiny go on the next tour? Oh yeah, yes. Dean and Parker aren't much better than Kirk. Yeah, they just like, I'm sorry, but if you're going to debate people and it's only gotchas, if that's your style, I guess that's fine. But at least, please, please, please don't do things like sick your audience of 10,000 people to call CPS on someone. I don't care if you do not disagree or if you disagree with their beliefs. That's just illegal to do, dude, and it just makes us look bad. And it gives the right ammunition to be like, the crazy Democrats, don't talk to them. They'll call CPS on you. No thanks. I can't be associated with that. You're very, very much representing that. I said, no matter if you disagree with them or not, you don't get to call CPS on them when there are no grounds for calling CPS on them. That is not a misrepresentation. That's just the facts. Yeah, Dean blocked me the other day for asking and question. Glad you didn't. I won't block you because I'm not. I'm open to conversation. Who did call CPS on? He asked people to call CPS. Do you know there were no grounds? Yes. When you jump on a debate with a random person and you have some conversations about whether or not you like Donald Trump, you do not have grounds to call CPS. You do not have grounds. I don't know if you have ever researched what you have grounds to call CPS for, but it definitely does not stem from a debate against Donald Trump. That's just like, I just didn't even have to explain to you that, but that's okay. They were literally saying that children don't have consent. Children do not have consent. They don't. It's legally true. Like, legally, a child does not have consent. That is why your parent can choose whether a child gets a vaccine or not. That is why a parent can choose whether a child takes a course or class or not. He was correct when he said that a child does not have consent. Legally, no. What the fuck do you think a parent is for? What the fuck do you think can't do anything till 18 is for? What do you think about Preston Stewart? I'm not sure who he is. You can make your own medical decisions at 13. That's pretty cool, buddy. His children are not 13. They're toddlers. Bet you're glad to see your buddy OM free again. I mean, I'm glad that the justice system does its thing and he goes and then he comes out. Sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to send more comments. If I miss your comment, it's the ADHD, dude, and I didn't read it all. You can send it again. I'm sorry. I promise I'll read it. Where'd you go? Where'd your comment go? That the parents can consent for them? Yes, parents consent for a child. That is literally the law. I don't know if you've read anything. Do you have a kid? Is that maybe you're childless? I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's okay. We love our childless babes, but just know that yes, a parent makes the consent and choice for a child. Who is my favorite president? This is going to be hella controversial, but it's probably Bill Clinton. I'm not going to lie. Things were just, on paper, when you look at it, he was a good president. Oh wait, actually, Obama and Clinton, they're runner-ups for each other. Clinton and Obama's, I don't know, that's rough. It's a toss-up. Chandler, is the Clinton the part? Are you yikesing at Clinton or are you yikesing at Obama? We see who. Hey, buddy, the person who keeps saying you see me for who I really am. Oh, as long as you're above the age of 18, you should come up here and have a conversation. I know people who make immature comments most likely aren't reaching the 18-year-old threshold. But I would like to have a conversation if you happen to have just not matured and you're 25 years old in your mother's basement. A parent cannot consent to a child being seen by an adult unclothed. That is not what the child, or that is not what the father was trying to say. The father was trying to say, because I've talked to Goatman. He was simply trying to state that, yes, a parent is responsible for where they put their child. What do I think about Andrew Cuomo? I think all of those damn Democrats who stood up there on the debate stage and they were like, I've been to Israel 5 times. I've been to Israel 6 times. Oh, no, I've been to Israel. No, I've been to Israel. Holy shit. All of them suck. All of them suck. They're just creaming over Israel. That's crazy. Crazy to me. What's up? I'm a huge fan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, you guys are going so fast. Someone called me a turf. Thank you. You didn't listen to it, obviously, so maybe you should go back and listen to the entire thing. I do not care what the debate was about. I do not care. It's illegal to sick 10,000 people to call CPS on someone. You can't do that legally. I will stand my ground. I can disagree with someone's position and also understand 2 things can be true at once. I know. That is like ridiculous. I know that's crazy, right? 2 things can be true at once. You can have a shitty opinion and also not deserve for 10,000 people to falsely call CPS on you. You shouldn't encourage 10,000 people to call CPS on a dad, and you also shouldn't ask them to run his face through social or facial recognition software. That's crazy. If I did not answer your question, please ask it again. Is she the sellout? Am I the sellout or the plant? I'm not sure. Steve, I love you. I always love you. Thank you for always coming. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. That's really, really, really sweet. Do I disagree with Destiny on Israel? I'm still formulating an opinion about the entire thing, but I am I'm pro people of Palestine. I do not like Hamas. Does that make sense? Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. And I understand that they have a big issue over there with radical Islam in that region. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. W's for Steve in the chat, guys. That's really sweet. Is she the one that gushes over older millennial? Man, that was a 3-second clip. If you want to come up here and discuss it, you can. And I'd also like you to write us what you're doing. Would you be able to write us out in the comment section what you're doing to fight against this administration on the daily? I'd love to know. How do you rate Roy Cooper? I have no idea who Roy Cooper is. W's for Mercedes. No, W's for Steve. W's for Steve. You guys can ask any question you like. I'm going to answer any question you like. Are we talking about the parents from the Dean thing? I didn't want to talk about it, but someone asked about it, so I'm going to give my honest opinion. Absolutely nothing against this administration. Yes. Burrito Boy wants to come up here and say, Mercedes bad, but I do nothing except sit in my mother's basement and cry about Mercedes motherfucking Chandler while I cry about the Trump admin. It's crazy. Best I can do here is support you guys. Steve, are you in the Discord? Because Steve, go to the link in my bio and join the Discord because I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to have actual conversations with you. Thank you. Nah, they deserved what they got. You gotta clarify what you mean by they deserved what they got. And misrepresenting Dean doxed them when he didn't. I'm not gonna get hung up on the choice of words there. I do think that having a bunch of people call CPS and encouraging your fans to go find this man when we know how the internet works and it's really not hard to find this man, and they ended up finding this man and then ended up doxing this man, and it was a result of that live. I don't think it's a complete misrepresentation. Like if I held a picture up of someone right now and I told all of you guys to go find them, or told my over 1 million across a couple of different platforms to go find this guy. I think I have over 1 million just as a culmination on TikTok alone. 2 accounts, over 500,000. If I ask you guys to go find him, what do you think's gonna happen? The person's gonna get doxxed. The mom and dad called. But yes, I understand. You're trying to sell me that this position of that this guy is taking is bad. I agree that the position that the man that Dean debated is bad. Again, I know, like, I don't know if the one brain cell is not allowing you to understand that two things can be true at once. The guy can have a bad take or a bad position while simultaneously I'm understanding that calling for someone to be CPS is not right. Dean and Parker aren't here for the cause, they're here for the ego trip. I'm not speaking on that. I'm not speaking on that, but I have my opinions. You guys can ask any questions you like. Any questions you like, I'll answer them. If you do not agree with the tour, you should come on up. Someone to get got is what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Mercedes, are you a vet? No, I'm not. Wait, like, are you talking about like a veterinarian or like a vet military? I'm neither one of those things. How was your 4th of July? It was actually sad. It was good, but it was sad because I woke up and yeah, I don't even think I woke up. It was just like the flooding happened. It was raining, and then all the people were like losing their life, and I was crying about it, to be honest, but it's fine. I'm a little bit of an empath, so I'm an extreme empath, and I'm like, oh my God, 2 hours away, people are just like dying, and I don't know what to deal with. Anyways, you guys can ask any questions you like. If you do not like the tour, I want to talk to you. If you do not like me, I want to talk to you. Am I screaming? Is this too loud? I'm so sorry if I'm screaming. I just can't hear myself. If you haven't followed me, go ahead and follow me. Like out the live. Like, is that what you say? I don't know what these people be saying these days. Like the live and share it out. How is Destiny in person? A fucking sweetheart. He's a sweetheart. I watched him like open the door and just stand there for a second, and no one was coming to the door. And he looked and he was like, oh, and he walked away. Like, cause you could tell he's just used to like opening the door for people and waiting for people. Like, he's just a sweetie. He's very kind. He's a good guy. Empath, and you defend people using the R slur. Considering the fact that the person who you're talking about has a TBI and I'm like autistic, and also we're just like based. We're just not, this is not necessarily the safest space for you. I'm not gonna lie, but if that's what you get hung up on, if you're willing to let democracy slip over the R slur, this probably is not the place for you. I'm not gonna, like, Kyla is such a good debater. I'm not gonna look at Kyla and be like, anyways, you can't fight alongside with me because you said the R slur, even though you have a TBI. That's kind of not it, dude. We're reclaiming that word. Oh, it's my favorite guy, Liam, but I'm not here to debate MAGA stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not here to debate. I'm only here to debate my own side, to be honest. I'm going to turn into the person who debates my own side because my only mission is to fix my own side. It's almost like all the other leftists or the liberals are doing enough when it comes to giving awareness out of everything that's going on. So I just kind of want to debate my own side. Oh, thanks, Liam. Liam, I love you. Okay. Are you chill with the older millennial? I mean, I'm pretty chill with most people, but I wouldn't say I support his beliefs. I know he spreads a lot of misinformation, but in a room with him, if I want to have productive conversations or try to get his following to follow me so that they can listen to my message, it's not going to happen by me going like, fuck you, dude, like walking up to him and being like, where's the ankle monitor, bro? How was, are you prolapsed yet? Like, no, that's not going to happen. And I don't mean that like an insult. Okay. I don't know. Did I miss your question? Without Dean, Parker, or Destiny, the tour wouldn't go very far. Dean and Parker are definitely never going to be on the tour, but we love Destiny. Mercedes, I think you and I had a great conversation. Yeah, Liam, we have great conversations, but I'm only debating you and I will probably have a more agreeance conversation than half the people on here. So if you are hating me or hating the tour, I'd like to talk to you. Also, can we like the live extensively? Like, I'll do it with you guys. See? Ooh. And then if you can follow me, And then if you can share this out, that would be awesome. Yeah, Liam's cool. Me and Liam don't always agree on everything, but Liam owns like trucks, diesels. I own trucks, diesels. We can find those commonalities and have good conversations. You guys hate to see conservatives like a liberal so bad, which is very interesting because you get mad at Donald Trump for not preaching unity. And then you're like, remember the days where Joe Biden preached unity, and then someone comes over and tries to preach unity and you cry about it. So very interesting. What made you come to our side, leave MAGA? Because they had a lot of crazy takes over there that I just could not get behind. Um, yeah, there was a picture of Donald Trump running through a hurricane with a dog in one side and a cat in the other arm. It's during Hurricane Helene, and he was wearing jeans. I've never seen him wear jeans before, but all of Twitter thought this image was real. When it came to the dog and cat event, when it came to reading legislation and seeing that conservatives kept proposing legislation it's not going to be successful, but the fact that they're even doing it in the first place, I love you, Steve, so much. But the fact that they're even proposing legislation to overturn gay marriage, like they would do things that I would just be like, this doesn't really align with me, bruh. And conservatives' excuse for it was, well, it'll never pass. I don't give a shit if it's not going to pass or not. I give a shit that you're even proposing it. Steve, stop. I'm going to give you my phone number. Let me give you my phone number. Just message me. I'll give you my phone number. I'd like to talk to you. Not only because you just seem like a nice person, you know. George said, shut up, woman. Are you assuming my gender, George? We don't do that up in here, George. That's not just any Steve. That's the Steve. That's the Steve. Steve, stop it. Steve's like, yeah, we found a base liberal on TikTok. How rare. Oh my God. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Stop it. Stop it. Got me glazing you, buddy. Thoughts on Ian Carroll? I have no idea who Ian Carroll is. What do you think about John McCain? Don't know much about him. That's literally your gender. Oh, honey, you didn't get the sarcasm. George, you're in the wrong space. George, you're in the wrong space, buddy. When I say don't assume my gender, it's probably because, no, I can't say that. But you didn't get the sarcasm. It flew over your head. This is a base space, don't worry. You guys can ask any questions you like. If you do not like the tour, come up and talk to me about it. Like the live extensively. Hi, Ann Stan. I fucking love you, dude. You gotta like the live like this, and then you gotta share it out. And I can see if you share it out. I'm looking at the chat right now. If you're not sharing it out, I can see that. And then if you have any questions, be sure to ask those questions. Do I like Buc-ee's? Actually, not really. I don't know. It's fine. Nothing will stop me from being a Mercedes stan. Stop it, Steve. Stop it. Stop. That's so sweet. This is you. No, I can't shake that. I'll spill it everywhere. This is you, Steve. This is you. But like out of love. I wasn't choking you. It's fine. No, Liam, I know you'll be good, but I'm actually trying to debate my own side. But they don't want to debate me. They want to talk shit about me in the comment section, but they don't want to come up here. Thank you, Steve. That's pretty cool. Look, I'm a DJ. Wicka wicka woo. Do you have a cowboy hat? Yeah. Gone fishing and she doesn't even fish. George, oh my God. George. 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 George, I think you have a fixation on this live, and that's okay. You can be here. Nobody tried to dox you yet, right? Actually, the left has already doxed me, so that was fun. They said, I can't believe you disagree with us, so I'm going to dox you. And I said, oh, how left of you. That's pretty based, I guess. I have fishing poles. I also have fishing poles in my room that I've never touched. That's really sad, George. If you want to learn to fish, I can teach you. I mean, Central Texas isn't the best for fishing. I'm actually moving to Arkansas just because of the world-class fishing. September 22nd. Because that's how dedicated I am to the cause. I also have a backpack out there that I left some worms in. They rotted and I gotta throw the backpack away. It's pretty sad. George, you're gonna get banned. You can call me any name you want. The only thing that pet peeves me a little bit is people talking about fishing and they don't fish. You guys can ask any questions you like. Don't call names. George, you can call me names. It's okay. You can call me names. It's fine. I don't even give a fuck like that. You just can't question the fishing, buddy. That'll get you banned on here. Sorry, George. I know you like to come and harass, but Midnight Mass, okay. You guys can ask any questions you like. Any questions you like. Please like the live like crazy. Like it, like it, like it, like it, like it. Share it. Give me a follow if you don't already. I'm looking for leftists or people on the left or liberals who want to debate because they don't like me or they don't like the tour. You guys are not coming up. I think you like me. Bass Pro. I don't know. This might be a hot take, especially with me being in Central Texas, but I don't like bass fishing. I'll do it, but I don't like it. I don't know. I'm more liberal, and I'm just trying to figure out what we're talking about. Well, we have a lot of liberals. They're not even liberals. I don't know what they are. Maybe they're far left. They just don't like me. Just started fishing. What bait do you recommend? If you just started fishing, do not waste your money on soft plastics yet. Because if you just started fishing, wait, you're not a liberal? Yes, I'm a liberal. What the fuck is wrong with you? If you just started fishing, worms are great. And also, are you saltwater or freshwater? Request up if you disagree with Mercedes or the tour. Yes, thank you, Logix. I wish I could pin that. Let me see if I can. Pin this comment. This is the cringiest creator on the app. Oh my god, we have an op. Do you want to come up? To the person who called me cringy, if you want to come up, I'd like to talk to you. Have you ever gone fishing and host live debates at the same time? I'll be doing that actually in Arkansas, but I did go live while I was fishing, and I slept on the cement next to this like river overnight. It was carp fishing. I'm both fresh and salt. Well, if you're doing freshwater and it's your first couple of times, then I think some fresh shrimp would be good, dead or alive, it doesn't matter. And then if you're doing freshwater, I'd say worms. Just if it's your first couple of times, you know what I mean? Like if you don't know what species you necessarily like to target, what state do you live in? And I can talk about fishing all day, so I don't mean to bore you guys. I do not know who Jerome Powell is. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure who that is. But if you guys do not like the tour, please request up. If you do not like me, please request up. If I've done something you do not agree with, please request up. If you think that I'm friends with OM, please request up. What tour are we talking about? It's the Unfuck America tour. Only the basest tour in the world. I live in Florida. I'm jealous. He's the chair of the Fed Reserve. Is this news from today? Did something happen? Did he get fired or something? I just haven't kept up with the news for the past like 3 days. Steve just entered the server. Thank you, Steve. I'm very happy you're here. The same tour you made friends with OM. Yeah, Max, do you want to come up and talk with it? I know you guys are sitting in your mother's basement. The electricity might be like coming in and off because you're not paying the phone bill. I'm not sure what's going on here, so maybe that's why you're like scared to come up. You don't want to get cut off mid-conversation. But I would like to discuss. I'd like to discuss your disdain for me. I just think you, so many ops, yet so many people going live. I know. They don't have the gonads for that. They're all talk. Make sure to like the live like crazy, share out the live. Let's get the live to 10,000. If we can get to this to 10,000, that would be amazing. If you do not agree with me, I'd like to talk to you. No one wants to talk. I'm staring at this request box, and these people are like, no, thank you. Thank you, Steve. Steve, you don't have to do that. I'm gonna turn off gifting, Steve. No, it's sweet. You can do that. I'm done telling people that they can't gift me because apparently you'll get called a grifter no matter what you do. I'm the only creator on this app who extensively has footage of me being like, hey, please don't send me gifts. I still get the grifter allegations, so. Yeah, I'm super sweet, guys. I'm really nice. I know I make jokes about the mother's basements and stuff, but I swear to God. Oh, and soy milk, but That's not even that edgy. It's not like I'll pull a Tashika on you and tell you to, like, in a tree, but I feel like 75% of the cities in the US are someone's basement based on how much that's said. I think so. I think so. Love you and the tour, good shit. Thank you so much. I'm giving you a follow for that. If you love the tour, I'll follow you back. I hear Z stole $3 million and a bus full of children from the tour. Maybe state a couple of positions for folks who might not be familiar with yours. My positions is that there's a far, I don't want to call them far leftist group because I have friends that are leftist, but there's a far group of like just psycho people who can't get their shit together, do not care about building electoral power, and want to tear everyone else down in their lives because they're so sad. And I'd like to talk to them. These are the same people who like refuse to vote. These are the same people who do not believe the Unf America tour should continue. These are the same people who, I don't know. They're an interesting group. But I'd like to talk to y'all. Keep liking the live. I think we can get this to 15,000. Put this live at 15,000 and go ahead and keep sharing it out. Keep liking the live. The more people that we get to see this live, I think the more haters will come. Which I'm surprised that we don't have any haters requesting up. God, that tells me everything I need to know about some of these people. Leftists don't vote. I'm not saying leftists don't vote. I'm saying that there's a subgroup. Are you a Trump supporter? I need to know. I'm from Australia. Fuck no. Fuck no. Do I still talk to Ray Ray? Yes. Yep, I still talk to Ray Ray. We don't talk as often, but I want to make sure that he's okay. He's doing his TikTok shop thing. I'm really happy. He's gotten out of politics. I'm far leftist and I vote. Good for you. That's a really good thing. Get your buddies to do it too. Jacob said boo because I talked to Ray Ray. That's okay. I'm not a mean person, Do you follow Ian Bremmer? That name keeps coming up. Does anyone know who that is? Thank goodness. Bless you. I'm very worried for everyone in America. Thank you. If you have any questions, answer them in the chat below. There's 135 people watching, so 135 people should be asking questions. If you have questions, I'd like to talk to you. Do you still speak to modern millennial? I've never really spoken to him except he came into the bar that we were debating people, and I said, hey, it's the older millennials. So even then, I guess you could say I didn't necessarily technically speak to him, but I just introduced him, and you guys were like, oh my God, my life is over. Like the live. Go ahead and like it and then share it out. We think we can get this to 15,000, but you guys got to tap that screen. Go ahead and do this. If this is purple, is it pink? Go ahead and click it so it won't be pink no more. Haha. Means you follow me. And then share it out. Keep sharing the live. It really helps. Like it and share it. We're up to 163. Someone in this chat has to disagree with me. Someone in this chat has to be an anti-fan of the UFA tour. And I'd like to have a conversation with you. Everyone's waiting for the conversation. People are waiting for you to come up here and start calling me a racist, okay? Nope. Well, that's, okay. I left America 30 years ago because I couldn't stand the misogyny and the Christian nationals. Well, that's good. I'm glad you left. Well, I like it here, but I'm glad you left. Does that make sense? What is the UFA tour? It's a bunch of based balls liberals who are going around and not being soft and actually talking to conservatives without screaming at them. It's pretty cool. We're a nice group of libs. Go ahead and like the live. Follow me if you haven't already. Keep liking it, and then sharing it out. Maybe I should do something for you guys every time we reach when this gets to 15,000, I'll make a water dropping noise. I don't know. Like this. Well, no, I can't do it. Because then I'll spoil it. But if you disagree, request up. Paranoid geopolitical. You are a MAGA. I know you are. If you disagree with the tour, if you're an anti-fan of the tour, please request up. Thank you, Sophia. Thanks. Damn, no one hates me. This is a good thing. Oh, I feel so much better. I don't disagree, so I can't debate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Keep liking that live. Keep liking it. We're almost to 15. This thing has almost reached 15,000, guys. That's pretty impressive. I'll do it with you. See, I'm putting in the work as well. Does anyone want to debate? I'm about to debate about pineapple on pizza at this point. What are we talking about? We're trying to get the anti-Mercedes fans up here to voice their true feelings, but I think they're scared. Or like people who do not like the tour, we want to talk to them because we think it'll be a good time. The Crown. Okay. Well, you have some following. You might be MAGA, I'm not sure. I don't know, but you sound like a good conversation.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm actually British. My name's Bree Collins. I'm building up a bit of a following in Australia. So,
That's cool. That's cool. How's your night going? What is your position on anything, or are you just like just based?
no, I'm actually thinking, oh my gosh, I'm actually having some debates with the guys in Australia about older women and younger women dating. And so one of the things that we are arguing is like the pay gap. And we're
Mhm.
also debating at the moment about motherhood is one of the things. And some of these guys think that women should get pregnant at 16 and keep the baby. And yeah, like these guys are extreme. In fact, one of these guys actually follows you, and like he's basically saying that I should debate you based on these types of beliefs. So he's saying that women should have babies at the age of 18 and get tied down. Is one of the things that he's saying. And I'm saying that 18 is far too young to settle down with a baby.
I mean, I guess my opinion on it is, for example, if there's a 16-year-old and she decides she wants to keep the baby, then she's at liberty to do so. If a woman is like 30 years old, she decides to have a baby, she's at liberty to do so. I think in the cases of like rape, I think in the cases like brother cousin stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? Obviously, if they want to keep it, they're at liberty to do so. I am more heavy on making sure that it's a choice that's available, but I don't think there's. I like to picture it as there's a choice and no one should feel pressure, and I think that people should be able to make informed decision. I also really wish that we had more education for these people, like free education for these people to access so that they could make an informed consensual decision. uh, but but if an 18-year-old wants to have a baby, I don't have anything against it.
So what these men in Australia are saying, and these are make Australia better again.
Oh God. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. So these are like MAGA Australians. What they're saying is that women really have only one purpose, is what they're saying, and that is to be a mother. And what they're saying is that single women don't really have a purpose. And this is really scary that this is happening in Australia with
Wait,
Australian
did this person, did they think I was going to take the anti position to this?
men. I think so because they follow
What are
you.
they? What are they on? I need some of that because I gotta escape that kind of reality. Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a bit scary because I'm trying to explain that an 18-year-old who has a baby, like she might feel trapped, and they're saying no, her life would be better being protected by a man.
This is so wild to me because I just like I don't know how anyone can't. I don't know how like the position of it's the choice of the woman, like regardless of what that choice is, I'm gonna support it. I just do not understand how that isn't like a general consensus. Like that's wild to me. Like I don't get me wrong. Like I support the idea of traditional families. I support people who want to like do the trad wife thing if they like. I support a woman who wants to be childless. I support a woman who wants to pursue a career. I stand for a woman who wants like 700 cats. I mean, maybe not. There's got to be some like abuse for the animals at that point. But you get what I'm saying. I just like support regardless as long as the person is pursuing a path that that they are fully educated on the ramifications of you know it's an 18-year commitment. It's a lifelong commitment, not even just 18 years. So yeah, I think those people, it's really weird because when they take that position too, because I don't think we'll ever get back to a point where the government's like forcing 18-year-olds to have children. I just don't understand where they think it's a productive It's not even a productive conversation because it's like so far outside the realm of reality.
But they are doing anti-abortion laws. So in some states of America, there are states where men
Yeah, we
have.
had Roe. We had Roe obliterated.
Yes, yeah, that's one. And so I think what these MAGA Australian supporters are thinking is that basically they need to introduce anti-abortion laws in Australia, is their argument. And what they're trying to convince women is that if they have babies at 18, that they will be better off, in the long run, they'll be better off because there is no better role than being a mother. And basically they're trying to invalidate women who haven't become mothers. You got the Australians marching in now. You got lots of Australians who are coming in now. So basically, they're saying that there is no purpose in life unless you're a mother, is what they're arguing. Oh my God, you've got all of them coming in right now. They're all coming in.
Are these are the people that disagree with you?
Yeah. Oh my God. Look. Hi, Yaka. They're all coming in.
Are
Yeah.
are these the people that are gifting me?
Please gift Mercedes. Please gift Mercedes. Yeah.
No. If you think that all 18-year-olds should be forced to get pregnant, please don't gift me. Keep that for something. Actually, no. Yes, send me all your money so that you cannot spend any money campaigning on this shit. Okay. Okay. Please.
Oh, that's so cool. You've got loads of them coming in now from Australia. Thanks very much. You're so cool.
That's
You're
wild.
amazing.
You're amazing. You're amazing. Really quickly, snack. What's your
Yeah.
position
Oh, on this, I had a
on
completely
anything?
different position. Oh,
Are
I
you
wanted to talk to you
MAGA?
about
Do you not like the tour?
not
What's up?
MAGA, not MAGA, but I am very without a home, without a political home is what I would say. I started as a liberal Democrat. I was very into the social values of like Obama. I liked what Bernie was saying, everything around those lines. Um, and then y- I'm a Jewish individual.
Hmm.
The whole party seemed to have completely almost abandoned our any sort of thinking of racial policies or anything around those lines after the election and after October 7th, of course. And I still have a lot of problems with not only uh, you know the right, but also the left.
Hmm.
Like I can't bring anything up without it becoming, are you Jewish? Are you a Zionist? Are you a this? Are you a huh? And
Welcome home.
it's honestly terrible. I can't
Yeah.
stand it, and there's no party that I agree with. Like,
Yeah. We're gonna fix that. So I'm tugging a boulder up a mountain right now, but right now it's very frustrating. I love you. I love who you are. I don't give a fuck. I'm just glad that you seem to be one of those people who are more on the right side of history about things. I don't care if you're Jewish, and I'll never just start calling you a Zionist. I think that it's absolutely insane that we have psychos in our party that make people like you feel that way. But I do agree as well. I mean, I get to a position where there are some takes that I have that could be considered a little bit hot, even though I agree with 90% of the people that I'm debating, and or 90% of the people who are on my side, and I get like lambasted for it. I don't know if you're familiar with the content or like my comment sections right now, where like the internet's dragging me because I said, "Here's the older millennial." Dude, like our side, I don't know if I can call it our side. I'm like what am I, a left-leaning moderate or a Democrat, maybe an old school Democrat, not exactly sure how to word it. But I like the policies over here, but we have a people problem. We have a people problem.
yes, I think we have a division problem. I think there's a
Hmm.
huge division of not only what we stand for and the sort of like double speaking that we have, but also where we are being completely divided into multiple groups where you have communists, you have Marxist Leninists, you have people who are traditional Democrats, you have all sort of different sort of ideologies within this party. And the Democratic Party is they want to give everyone a voice, and I feel like that is also kind of an issue because now we have extreme radicals coming up and saying this crazy stuff, getting more and more and more popular compared to like
Hmm.
Republicans, where they all just step in line, go, yes, sir, no problem. And they, goose walk all the way to the.
To the White House. It's very
To the
frustrating.
slaughterhouse is what it is. These guys don't know what the hell they're doing.
I'd say like welcome to the feeling of being politically homeless. Welcome to the feeling of it's hard because you want to fight for this side, but then this side acts like you are the worst thing on the planet. And like psychologically as humans, people don't understand that I can agree that this policy on the left, there's some things that I disagree with, but generally I agree with the policy of the left. But then how the left or the voter base conducts themselves, I have an issue with that. And as a human, it is fair for me to be turned off. You cannot expect anyone to just hone in on policy and not be affected by how they are being treated by the voters of this crowd. And a lot of times leftists will be like, well, it doesn't matter how we treat you. You better fucking vote for us. You better fucking, stand this side. And I'm like, reality is it doesn't always work like that for a lot of people. I know a lot of conservatives who are now on the, they used to be on the left, but they're now on the right. They don't even like right-wing policies. They just got tired of getting doxxed by their fellow friends online. They got tired of being bullied by people who are on the left. So it's just like, my biggest thing is I know MAGA has a problem, but I'm not MAGA, and I just don't give a fuck what the right is doing. So I've focused my efforts on trying to fix our own party, because I think that this thing that we've done where we decided to zip up the tent door and say no one can come in and the hole's this big, is not working.
Yeah. It's the litmus testing along with
yeah.
also. I mean, it's like, listen, like there are so many policies I agree with like abortion, about Social Security, about healthcare, everything around those lines. I mean, I'm a nurse. I care for people. I want people to live a prosperous life. But the thing is that the minute I go, hey, I don't really like the Axis, they're like, oh, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't like the Axis? And it's like, dude, I literally, it's the one thing. Like, are you really gonna dog on me just for this? It's it's just insane to me that like we've come to this point, and I feel like it's MAGA going farther and farther right that is making the left also go farther and farther left. They feel they have to get more radical in order to fight the radicalism. They're fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame our position on MAGA because I think our position started developing before MAGA. I think we started having these issues back in like 2000, like 15, I think, and it just like exacerbated. By the end of Obama's term, cancel culture was in full swing, and we harnessed this group of people who decided that you could. I mean, I don't know if you remember the girl who had noodles. This black woman who made her noodles a certain way, and the whole entire internet ran and tried to dox her for that. So it's just like, there's a subset of a culture that is built up by emboldened people on the internet, who have decided that they want to be the arbiter of everything, of truth, and that anyone that disagrees with them slightly can get bent, which is pretty bad. I think it's a problem generally with people, but I'm so focused on fixing it within our party because I think that we're the ones who are struggling with electoral power right now. So like, even like, I know that MAGA is crazy, and I don't even give a fuck about it. It's just like, how do I handle crazy MAGA? Well, by getting our people in. So how do we get our people in? By opening up the tent door. But
I do
yeah.
agree with you. As a British person, I spent 10 years on the left. I was quite happy on the left. I'm quite a sociable person. I'm quite happy supporting the LGBTQ community, for example. I'm quite happy learning about feminist studies. But one of the reasons why I was pushed to the right was because of how brutal the left were becoming. They were becoming violent. They were doxing people. They were just basically showing themselves up as not being very compassionate. And I just felt like the left are just fraudsters. So that pushed me to the right. That pushed me to Trump. I actually, in 2020, started sending emails to the White House. And I basically said to Trump, I said, I'm fed up with the left. I really am, because this is not very humane. What they're doing, it's dirty tactics.
I was gonna say that's exactly like what it is like I don't think a lot of these people who realize that they're pushing them out, they think they're just gonna stay in the left. No, they're gonna feel completely demonized by it and they're gonna go more to the right. And I've tried to explain, if you get like violent, if you continue to harass and do all these terrible things to people who are in your party, you're gonna push them right out and we're never gonna win another election. This is gonna
Yes.
just keep happening.
Yep, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I'm going to see if we can get anyone who disagrees with us up here. If you are in the chat and you think the left is on the right path and they do nothing wrong and the purity
Erica,
testing is, huh?
Erica, she's Australian and she wants to tell you about the didgeridoo and how she wants people not to work because of the didgeridoo.
What about two wings of the same bird? I've heard about this, Erica, but what if they're both left and right are both just like as a pendulum swings to its extremes, and that we should be somewhat trying to see what this pendulum's all about?
Yeah, I think we have a pendulum swinging problem, and I think that if we had four parties instead of two, it would solve the issue. But I think that the pendulum swinging is like purposely perpetuated by our government because I think that I think the two party system runs deep in a control tactic, but that's where I get conspiratorial, and that's where my Joe Rogan comes out. I really think that the division in this country is something that the government capitalizes on. I think the news media capitalizes on, even if they're not doing it necessarily maliciously. I think they are tapping into human, like primal human behavior and nature. Remember, like the news used to not always be all bad, but all of a sudden they, after being able to gather data, they would see that the bad news stories fared better than the good news stories, and as a result they shifted what they reported on to only being bad news stories. For some reason human behavior really surrounds itself around negativity. It really seeks out negativity. I think that's considered a survival response, but now it's turned into we get really honed in on division or formulating tribes, and tribal politics is just taps into human nature and behavior. And it's like, living in this capitalistic society, everything is now perpetuating the primal need for tribalism inside of us. So like the news media is constantly reporting some of the most polarizing things because it knows it'll do good, and then we as humans feed into it. So whether you say that it's because it could, you know, you can get conspiratorial and say that the government and the evil elite are purposely pushing this to keep us divided so that we never realize the up versus down kind of thing. You could say that I'd agree with you, or you could say that it is a byproduct of capitalism capitalizing on the primal nature of humanity to engage in tribalism.
Yeah, nice. So tribalism, should we, if tribalism is what it's all about, then respecting borders and boundaries would be of the utmost importance?
Like, are you talking about like, are you like anti-border or are you like pro-border?
Okay, so the clash that I see is that we've got some tribes that are pushing other tribes out. That seems to be the global competition.
Yeah, I mean like, but I don't know if you're talking about like, are you talking about like in America or are you talking about like like globally? Globally?
Even politically, each political group, left wing, right wing, they're tribes, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean they're definitely tribes. I think that splitting up the tribalism helps. I think it gives us more options. So like, how do we like stop the capitalization of tribalism? I don't think it'll ever be stopped in America simply because of the capitalistic system we live in, which at the same time I'm kind of pro-capitalism, just like strong social safety nets. But I'd argue that having more political parties or like advocating or fighting for more political parties will help, uh, instead of like consolidating this power into two groups, we'd be able to separate it, which I think doing that would stop a lot of the tribalism. When you have four parties versus two, it's not so much me versus you. It's like you versus me versus you versus maybe we like each other, maybe we agree. I think it just breaks up a little bit of like the social polarity instead of just being in two. That we're kind of offsetting. Right now, it's like a total I don't like you, you hate me kind of mentality versus I think that would tone down with more parties. Is there anyone in the chat that disagrees with anything that we're saying?
I do, Mercedes. Um, I am not a fan of the Unfuck tour,
Oh, perfect. Yes,
but
yes.
but I'm not in charge of anyone, and everyone is entitled to their own approaches. And honestly, the things,
Can I ask why you don't like the tour?
well, let me say this first. I don't think it's that like surprising that people, all the different sections of the left, have such like tension between them, because the stakes are really high for so many people. They feel like it's their livelihood or their family or their community or whatever. And I think, like, when I hear you being like, who's are you a fan of the Unfucked tour, or do you think the left can do no wrong and blah blah blah, like, that's just, that itself is polarizing. I think it's somewhere in
Well,
the
I'm trying
middle.
to. It's polarizing in order to depolarize. So my position that I'm taking is that right now the polarization is so bad because no one's talking about it. They just simply ignore it, right? And they
I
continue
think
to
a
write
lot
it
of people
off.
I think a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people in my community talk about it, but not in a way that it's
But
this.
do you know, like, can you give me a single public figure that you would argue is trying to bring more unity instead of just continuing to like tout their side religiously? Like, do you the only one
um,
that I know is Clarkson Lawson and maybe Ezra Klein.
I guess I'm not, I don't really care which like top political figures are
I do care because that's how
what
the
I
message
believe in.
gets out there. So like
I,
we can
I
talk
hear a
about
lot
it.
of different messages though, and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think that
and
that's
that's a
wrong.
problem.
I don't think that that's wrong. I think that that's understandable given what the two-party system has done to us in
It's not when the other side or the other, like, opinion is demonized.
Yeah.
well, I think again, I think I just have a different perspective on it, that I have compassion. I understand why when people at this point feel threatened, it's not just a difference in political ideology. It might be they really feel threatened, and
Okay,
people are
but
fighting.
does a threatened person get to basically threaten another person in order to, keep their
No,
safety?
Well,
Is
and
no,
that
it's
fair?
also really quickly. It's
no.
about centering solutions. This is my whole entire like shtick is like centering solutions, right? So, if I don't agree with someone, what is it that these people want? So, if you feel like your rights are being threatened, well, what is the end goal? You would want to get to a position in which you believe your rights aren't being threatened, correct?
I
But
agree.
how
Yeah.
do you, but how do you do that? Because I don't think we do that by yelling at the person that we want to take our position or understand our position. So, like,
No, I
pretend.
don't disagree with that at all. I agree with that. I think I'm just trying to add like the perspective that, I listen to you a lot, and you sometimes, well, often when you're having kind of like a discussion with a leftist who doesn't agree with you, it quickly devolves into like making fun of each other, like
Well,
this.
but again, because I really want to frame this in a way that's at least intellectually honest. I do not take the position in which I just start like when a leftist comes up on my panel and it goes like this every single time. They come up here and they're like, "You're a racist POS." You know what I mean? Like they start popping off, and of course I'm going to take that position where I'm like, "Hey, this is psychotic. We're not going to be doing this." But I have never. I've had a couple leftists up on this panel who we've disagreed with, and we've had pleasurable, amazing conversations because they didn't resort to name calling. They were actually just wanting to hear my point of view. Those conversations have always gone well. I do not ever take the position in which I just start instantly name calling the person I'm talking to. But you also have to understand I've been in a position which my party specifically has been they've attacked me on four separate occasions trying to cancel me, which is just it's got to be the funniest thing I've ever seen because they do not like a position that I'm taking. I don't know if you.
I see that. I see it often, and I want to say that, like, I think you are a good example of it quickly becomes a threat to you, the way that people have been treating you,
Be,
and you do sometimes quickly start popping off at people who aren't popping off at you because you
can you give
perceive
me
the
an example?
attack.
I want you to give me one example of that happening.
I mean, the other night, I don't know everyone's names that well. The other night when you guys were talking with Allison, she didn't start saying you're a racist, you're a POS, but you started taunting and being
That
really
I mean
disrespectful.
that was my fellow debate buddy Kyla, who went hard in on her, you
But you
know.
were too. You were right next to her, taunting and egging it on, and
Yes,
I don't
yes.
blame you.
We also
I
had
don't
to
blame
Sheik
you.
up. We also had to Sheik up there,
Yeah,
who said that she wanted me to like from a tree. So yes, my
I hear
position
you.
isn't going to be as friendly
I
when
hear
people are
you.
calling for my
I'm just saying
unaliving.
the way that you feel. I think a lot of people feel that it becomes an attack, and then you're turning on the
The
people that
thing is,
you're
I
asking
want you to
not
give
to
me
turn
one
on
example.
me.
I want you to give me one example
Oh,
in
there's
which
no
I
way.
have led in an attack on someone else. What
There's
I
no
like,
way.
if you could give me a video that I've made on another left wing creator leading an attack on them, if you could give me anything, because a conversation with when someone comes up and they say things like, "Hey, your tour, the person who's leading this tour," when someone comes up who clearly cannot read like an FEC report properly, we've even had General Max. I think General Maximus. I think you've talked on this, or if like Aram Sound is in here. These are people who have like read these reports and actually understand like doing business. They understand doing things like managing funds or like predetermining funds in advance, and like when you actually read the report you'd see that the funds are being managed properly. But when you have someone who has made 10 different videos trying to discredit a tour that is trying to help the left, I am not the person to target. The person trying to tear down a good thing, I think they're the person that needs readjusting.
Yeah, again, I don't disagree. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to. I think I'm just offering that, like, I don't I don't necessarily think it's anyone's place to try and fix. I think if we could, like, what I see, and maybe it's, I work in mental health, I see a lot of people feeling threatened and quickly assuming a position of defense, which, and then criticizing, why are we here, this shouldn't be happening, versus saying, like, why does this person feel threatened, why
Yeah,
can't our two
people
opinions
feel
exist
threatened.
at the
I
same time?
Yeah, I mean, like if people are threatened because I like flashed older millennial in a video, then I think that's like I think their sensitivity is a little too high, and I think that they're part of the problem as to why conservatives don't even want to vote over here because they're like, wait, this shit's soy level ultra.
I mean, that's my opinion too. But I don't care if other leftists do feel like it was wrong. It's scary to see you hanging out. That doesn't bother me if they feel that way. I
Yeah,
don't know why they feel that way, and maybe if I heard more about, like, why it sets them off to see you with someone like older millennial, maybe I would understand. I don't agree with them, but I don't. It doesn't bother me that some people are way more sensitive than others.
yeah, it doesn't have to bother you. Like, it doesn't need to be a bother, but the problem is when people who take those positions end up being the loudest in the room. That's my issue. So like if if we have people on the right who are genuinely saying, we even have someone on the panel right now who's like, I'm politically ambiguous because I can't even mention the fact that I'm a Jew without getting attacked. That is the whole entire point of what I want to stop. That's why I believe calling this shit out and having conversations on it matter, because I do care if people are overly sensitive about things, because those positions tend to get like really popular on the internet and the right ends up running with it, and then no one wants to vote over here because they feel like they can't say anything without walking on eggshells.
Yeah, we are seeing a rise in extremist opinions and beliefs in Australia. I'm actually a stand-up comedian. I mean, I'm an amateur, and I was actually thinking about borrowing your unfuck Australia, like for stand-up comedy. Like, do you have any advice for me or anything like that if I was going on tour to unfuck Australia?
Yeah, yeah, really quickly. Everyone keep liking this live. Like. Let's get this to 25,000. Make sure to share it out and make sure to follow me if you haven't already. The more people that we get to see this, the more ops hopefully we get. The F Australia tour. Are you going to do this like in a comedy kind of way? When you do comedy, how is that? Like, do you have to like be really sensitive with the type of comedy you say? Like, what is the general consensus of the people in Australia? Are they like soy level ultra, or are they kind of based? How's that?
They are getting more extreme in their beliefs, and we're experiencing doxing from the left wing.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on, but I want to do like stand-up comedy, like for political satire. But I was going to ask, would you mind if I used or
No, you
borrowed?
take it.
Oh,
Take
thank
it.
you.
100%.
Thanks. So yeah, I'd love to do collab with you. I'm just in the process of training for a 60-minute thing. But yeah, I'm going to call it Unfuck Australia.
Do you have Instagram?
No, it got hacked. It got hacked.
Well, if you ever want to build up your Instagram again, my page, it's got like almost 500,000 followers on Instagram. You can send any kind of content that you want, and if you click the collab button and put me into the collab, your audience will now be those 500,000 people. We could grow you an Instagram too if you want.
Oh my God, thank you. You're so kind.
I
Thank
love
you.
offering that to people who are on the left who are normal. You guys, I want your voices. I want your voices out there. Okay, I need help drowning out the leftist doxers.
Are you tempting me back to the left side of politics?
Am I what?
Are you trying to tempt me back over to the left side of politics?
Let us do a little bit of more groundwork, because the worst thing that could happen is if you get tempted over here and then someone doxes you and you're like, I'm never coming back. So let me lay a little bit of groundwork, a little bit more first.
Okay, cool, thanks.
And I have to tell you, I was a right-wing influencer. I was a right-wing influencer. I mean, had an extensive following over there. And I would have opinions that were different than the conservatives, and they would say things in my comments like, ew, why are you taking this position? Or they'd be like, Mercedes, we still love you, but what the fuck is this? They never doxed me, though. The first time I ever got doxed was by the left on my side while I was over here fighting for them, because I had a little bit different of an opinion, and they decided to dox me. First time I ever got doxed was from my own side. So this is why, like, when we say that, like, I have a problem with these people, the problem exists because they're actively losing us electorally.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the death threats, they don't come from, schmazzies. It's coming from the people on my side that I used to go to rallies with, and it's sad. It's really sad that like it's become like this, and like the idea of sensitivity. I understand it, but like it's a little much, and it's a little like kind of hypocritical when it's like you're racist, but I'm like, you just said all these terrible things because this person didn't do what you wanted.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
It's
But
they'll try to dox you into submission.
hearing that. Exactly. And it's like you can't bully me into hating my own, people, or hating my own or hating, capitalism or anything around those lines. Like I'm not gonna become this. Like it's just not gonna happen.
No.
I'm gonna go Mercedes, but I just wanted to like leave off with that. Like I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I really don't think that we can fix the kind of
No, we can fix it.
let me see my
Not
whole
with that
sentence
attitude.
again. I think we can't fix people's fear and defensiveness and reactivity by making them feel more scared or whatever. And I think figuring out why people feel the way that they do and using more compassion is a better way to try and get people to stop treating each other that way.
Yeah, I don't know. You have people out here who are demanding accountability, and then you do a 5-minute accountability video, and then they tell you to go off themselves. That's the left that we're dealing with right now. So they've lost my compassion,
I think
and
that's
now it's tough love for them. But we take a different position. I love you
your
regardless.
sphere. Yeah, that's your sphere. But just remember that like your bubble on social media isn't the whole left. Like my bubble is left is not that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
And I'm not,
I
I'm
mean,
not
we
online.
have a reputation for a reason. I mean, all the people on this panel talking about like the doxing and the D threats from the left, from all of us who come from different bubbles who happen to congregate in one space, we don't even know each other. That's not for nothing. It's not like this is some like small, tiny
No, I
group.
know.
And we have to address it, or else we're never going to win electorally. But I appreciate you coming up here. I appreciate your opinions, and I do hope you have a blessed night.
Okay, ciao guys.
Hey, Mercedes. I'm not sure if my sound is any good because I'm in the car.
Damn! Are you Aussie?
Yes, I'm an actual Aussie and
All
an
the Aussies come
actual
up here.
lefty. And you seem like a really nice person, so I don't want you to get taken for a ride here. That woman at the bottom, the crown, has never, ever been a lefty. She's anti-Black Lives Matter. She's a tragic Trump supporter, and she's just absolutely pissing in your pocket.
I like her. You can't. I don't know. I'm standing the
Well,
crown.
that's nice. I'm glad that I'm sorry that you're getting fooled by this woman, and she knows nothing about Australia. She does not speak on behalf of Australians, and I don't really want to focus on her because it's not about her. But
Wait. So do you guys
the
have a
lefties,
past? Do you guys have a
oh
past?
yes, oh yeah. You talk about doxing. This woman is the
No,
queen of
Erica
doxing
has
on
driven
TikTok.
past that
Yeah,
as well.
welcome.
Sorry,
She's
I'm talking.
evil.
I'm
Someone in
sorry.
the comments said
Evil.
Rue on Rue crime. Oh my god. Keep going,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
She's a doxer.
So
She's
what
a
I want to say
doxer.
is from a lefty point of view is it's actually the opposite here. It's not the lefties that are doing all the doxing and all the abuse and all the rest of it. It's absolutely the right-wing nut jobs.
Look,
No,
in Australia,
no.
we might need help from the Americans. Just saying. Look at this.
Wait.
See, that's just a right-wing thing to say. Like,
Crown.
we need help from Americans.
Hey, crown.
So she's totally fooled you. I'm sorry to say
Why are you
she's not the
focusing it
She's
on
portraying
just the
her
party?
country.
Hey,
All right.
Why are
hey.
you not focusing on the individual?
No, I mean,
You focus
I'm
on the
gonna,
party, not the individual.
yeah, and
That's
all
what
I
I'm
gotta,
trying to say.
all I gotta say is, so I'm one of those people that like, if you're respectful to me, I'm respectful to you, and I think like the crown has been really sweet to me, and I think that
Aw.
I like her a lot. So I
I'm
mean,
not
but
trying to change your mind about
I
her.
know, but
I'm
Erica,
just trying to
I
give you.
like, I like. So when you say this person is a radical, do you call them a radical right? Do you think
No,
that they're radically right?
we call them right-wing nut jobs.
So what makes her what
RWNJ.
positions does she take that makes her a right wing nut job?
Well, like I said, she's so anti-BLM.
Okay, but
She's
what is like when you say like anti BLM? Do you believe that
she's
she
an all
does?
lives matter person.
Okay, I mean
And
that's kind
she's
of
a
based.
white lives matter person.
She
And he
Drunk
also
lives matter.
supports Trump.
Drunk
He has
lives
never
matter.
voted left in her life.
Yes,
I
I
don't
have.
even know why she's telling you this.
I wrote 10,000 words on transgender theory.
No, you
That
didn't.
makes. Yes, I
That's another
did.
fib. She's never done
That's
that.
not. Yes, I have. It was my
She's
dissertation.
Anyway, we don't want to talk about her. I'd rather talk about the politics side of things, like, with the left and the right and what's happening. Because
But how are we supposed to get? Wait, how are we supposed to get her argument if we don't listen to her?
Yeah, we gotta
Why,
we
why
gotta
is it that we
Listen
can't
to her.
listen to her, see what she
the
says?
the crown
I'm
really.
Because you come up
saying
with
not to listen to her.
accusations, but we don't know who she is.
Hey, the
That's why
crown.
I'm just jumping up to give you a heads up. What you do from that is your decision. I can't make you
I
have a
mean,
decision about someone.
I mean, okay, you said she's a all lives matter person, and then went to a white lives matter person. The crown. If I give you three, but I am going to give you three: BLM, ALM, or WLM. Which one are you picking?
All lives matters unless you're on the death penalty for a death sentence.
I mean, I think that was I mean, I don't have a problem with your position there.
Thank you.
Can
Thanks.
I ask real
I've got
quick?
a problem. No, I've got a problem with corruption. I've got a problem with exploitation. I've got a problem with liars and thieves. I've got a problem there.
Because that's everything that she is.
No, that's not Erica.
Erica. I have to tell you, you're not making a good case for the left when you come up here and then you
No, but
start.
that's nothing to do with the left or the right. That side of it has nothing to do with politics. I'm
No.
just trying to give you a heads up and not let you be
But
fooled.
when you
But
wait,
if you
wait,
want
okay,
to
hold
do
on,
that,
hold on.
I don't mind.
Wait, but you just called her a thief. I mean, like, where did you get that from?
Because she is. She's
What did
legally.
she steal?
Oh, so many things. Ask her. Ask her if she's allowed to leave the country.
This beef is crazy.
Hi, Lucas.
I mean, like, my
I
God.
wanted to stick to the left and the right, but you wanted to go there.
Joe
Well,
gay or
this is
something?
why-
What's going on here?
Hold on,
This is
guys.
why
This
I
is
want-
pretty entertaining. The Crown. Are you allowed to leave the country?
I'm technically a political hostage being
No,
kept
she's
in
not. She's
Australia.
just
I
been
am.
declared bankrupt. She's not a she's not a political prisoner. She's been declared bankrupt and a vexatious litigant because
Because
she
of the
wasted our
left.
court resources
Because
and
of
now
the
she's not
left.
allowed to leave the
No,
country unless she
because
pays back $100,000.
because of the
I mean,
left.
I'm not. I'm
Fucking
because
left.
wait because wait, in Australia, if you go bankrupt, you can't leave the country.
No,
Australia's
not
lawless.
if you owe money. No.
Wait,
You can't
can
in the
so
States
really
either.
quickly in the comment section, if you go bankrupt in America, can you leave the country? Because before I say
No,
what I want to say, I want to make sure. Can you
no, you
leave
can't.
if you
No,
go
I
bankrupt in
know for a
America?
fact if you're bankrupt in America, you can't fly out of there either. You've got to pay your debt before you can leave.
Everyone's saying yes because we don't. That doesn't sound American. Like
It is. Look it up.
Wait,
100%.
if you go bankrupt,
there's no way. Like, if you like
owe a
filed for
debt
bankruptcy,
over a certain
no,
amount,
no, I'm pretty sure we don't exist like
yeah,
that.
you do. You do.
Guys, can
100%
we
you
need
do.
some fact checking in the comment section. Can,
wait, I
if,
feel like filing for bankruptcy is like a really like minor
it's
like.
a common
No,
thing.
she
Yeah.
didn't file for
yeah.
bankruptcy. She was declared bankrupt by the government.
Okay.
I'm a financial creditor who was a left-wing doxer who was doxing me and threatening me with my life, and I took her to court, and she lied in the court, and she lied to the court. So now I'm a political prisoner, so to
She's
speak,
not
in
a political
Australia.
prisoner.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am because of the
Wait,
left. Yes, I am.
but
Because
I
of
have
the
to
left.
tell you, so the Crown came up here, and her initial position was that she's upset that men are trying to say 18-year-olds are that they need to have like children, that's their most important. So
I
I
know,
guess
I heard her say that, and that is incorrect. That is not true in Australia either.
Yeah, I
that
don't know who
No, I
the
said
Crown's
MAGA.
talking
I
to.
said MAGA supporters in Australia are starting to pressurize women, young women, to have their
No, they're
babies.
not. No,
Yes,
they're
they
not.
are.
That's
Yes, they
wait,
are.
MAGA
wait,
supporters, huh?
I'm so confused. This is Australian politics are a trip. So you mean to tell me you're trying to say that the right wing of Australia wouldn't take the position that women's most important goal is to have babies? Because like,
No, that's what MAGA supporters are
No,
saying.
Yeah,
no. But that's not what she's saying. She's saying to you that Australian men are forcing 18-year-old women to get pregnant and get married, which is so not true.
but
No, but that's the
is there a
ideology.
is
I
there a
said
group
MAGA.
is there a group in Australia who's pushing for that?
Yes, MAGA supporters. Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes, the extreme MAGA supporters. Yes, they are.
Wait, are you defending MAGA
Is that
support?
because you're
That's
such
why I'm so
a
confused. I'm so confused.
What
Like
does that
they keep
mean?
taking these opposing. They
Is
keep
this
taking
because
these.
you're
Lucas, are you
always
confused?
with them, Bree, and
A
you
little
know
bit,
this
yeah.
all up?
I'm so confused on these positions because, like, the Crown, like that's a like, or Erica, the Crown is taking a left wing position by
I
saying,
know, that's why I jumped up to tell you, because you seem like a nice... Normally, I just let it go. But you seem like a nice person, Mercedes, and I didn't want you to think that that's what Australia is like because of this person who is British. She's not even Australian, which drives me
can we
insane.
guys, can we get this live to 30,000? Get it to 30,000. Keep sharing it out. Follow me if you haven't already. Um,
Oh, if she stays here, you'll get to 50,000.
oh.
I'm telling you.
Are you trying to tempt me to get her? Okay, I mean, I don't know. I like the Crown. Maybe we got to start a GoFundMe so that you're not held politically hostage.
No, she can't even do that. It's $100,000.
Well, I mean, Shiloh Hendricks raised a shit ton, and she didn't even deserve it. But Mercedes asked Crown what her name is. Crown, what name do you go by on the internet?
I'm officially Sabrina Louise Collins. You can look me up. But my stage name is Bree Collins, and I've got a
She doesn't
soundtrack.
have a stage name either.
Well,
She's
I've got
not
a
a
soundtrack.
stand-up comedian. She's not any of those things. She's a deregistered teacher. She's not allowed to work as a teacher for the next...
No. Bree is
Wait, how do you
superb.
know
Sorry,
this?
she is
How do you know
absolutely
this?
superb.
Wait,
Funny
can
as.
Can we like get a
No, it's
recap
good.
of how this beef started?
Yeah,
Like, how did this
how
all
did
It's not a
start?
beef. It's not a beef. It's just I'm giving you a heads up
How do
about
you?
a
Okay,
time
but
attack.
how do you know the Crown? Like, how do you know that she was a registered
Oh,
teacher?
unfortunately, I've had to cross her path for the last 3 years.
She drives past where I live, calling me evil. She calls me evil.
This woman had a lie about...
Wait, I thought you were Australian.
Listen, listen, you think that's funny. This
It's a true
woman held a
story.
lie planning a gay marriage to my straight son.
We're getting trolled. We're getting trolled. We're getting trolled. This is
I
trolling.
know.
This is
true
trolling.
story.
This is a comedy skit. You guys have brought comedy skit up here. You guys are like
I know, it sounds so
you,
bizarre,
real
doesn't
quick,
it?
you
real quick, I
guys
just
are
heard something.
co-comedists
It
or
even
whatever.
The
sounds
Crown. Wait, the Crown. You're
believable,
from
doesn't it?
Australia?
It sounds like I'm making everything up.
Bro, but you just said that she tried to host a gay marriage, but that
Yes,
she's a
Yes. I
You
didn't write
did.
a script. I'm
She
writing a
did.
script.
She
I
held
did.
a live calling my work because she thought I was impersonating myself.
Wait, The Crown, you're from Australia, right?
Guys,
That's
I'm
not
gone.
even what like that's not
I'm
even
gone.
the tip of the iceberg.
Our court systems are broken. Kangaroo
Oh,
courts. It's
absolutely,
lawless.
our court systems are broken. How we could let a person take a woman to court 30 times?
Because of the left.
No. This is. I'm getting trolled.
Listen,
This has to be a
it gets
sketch.
even better.
Sorry.
Have you guys ever heard of Gable Tosti?
Oh my God! Don't bring him into the mix.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
am
bringing it in.
done. I am done. This is a skit. This is a
No, we get
skit.
you to.
No, this is real.
Get you to
No,
This is how this woman is
No.
actually real.
This cannot be real. This is not real. This
Yes,
is not-
It's not that we're just Australian.
It's
It's
real.
just-
I'm in the media. All the stories are coming
No,
out.
she's not in the media.
I got
Wait,
arrested.
political
I got
question
arrested.
here.
I got
The
arrested
Crown,
because
so
I called.
The only reason she's in the media is because when she got fired, the school that she got fired from said she was under the influence. That's the
No,
only reason she's in the media.
I wasn't under the influence. They didn't even drug test me. Oh my God! They didn't even arrest me.
In
I
my
just
case,
made it up.
the magistrate was the criminal. I don't even know what's happening
Wait,
anymore.
I have such a critical question here. The
We're in
Crown,
the
you said you're from
media.
Australia,
Cameron's in the
right?
media. I'm in the media. I'm in the media.
Australia's
Cameron's-
broken.
Not in the media. Cameron's in love with Bree. He's been in love with about 50 people on TikTok in the last 2 weeks.
Erica's next on the list. Come here, Erica.
What is
No,
going on?
Erica, how do you
Okay.
know all this tea? What is
Okay.
happening?
Hold on. What I'm going to do,
There's no
is-
filters in Australia. There's no filters.
because I am going to drop the rest of the skit so that we can continue on some debates. But the crowd, I'm keeping you up here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you for the laughs. I just really needed that. I'm gonna just run with that's a skit. And that was a pretty good one.
No, it's true story. It's a true story. I'm in the media, like literally.
Well,
they
no,
keep
I definitely believe you're in the media, but between the 30 court cases and the 50 women, I'm confused. Okay, so
Yeah.
so we're just gonna keep going on here. Hey, queer. I don't know if I can say. Yeah, do you not like the Unfuck America tour?
Oh, well, okay. I will present myself real quick. I'm a little drunk right now, not gonna lie.
Oh my god. Okay, I mean, you know what? Whatever, it's fine. You're fine.
Listen, I got 2 Four Locos in me.
No, okay, you're gone. You're gone.
Oh.
With that, you're gone. Okay. Who are you people? Hi, Lucas. I know who you are.
You know me.
You've been on the panel before. But
Oh
you're,
yeah, I didn't say anything when I was on. I didn't get the chance. Everybody
I
was
know.
talking.
I know. We have Shelly. Shelly, do you want to come up? Are you or King Slider? No, I think you're part of the King Slider. I think you're part of the skit here. Do we have any people who hate the Unfuck America tour? King Slider, did you say you hate the Unfuck America tour? I'm not sure. That was wild. I'm so done. It's not a skit. Erica, no, you're not even real, dude. You're not even real.
She thinks she is, but Australia's a fictional country, so.
Stop. You guys.
Wait, which one of you was from Australia?
Exactly.
Well, I'm British.
Eric.
I'm British. I'm being held as a political hostage because of the left doxing, and I took them to court, and then they lied in court, and the judge took the left side, and now I'm a political hostage, and I'm not allowed to leave until I pay
Is
my
that how the
$100.
law works in Australia?
Wait,
They
but
go
how
by
is she
political
driving by your house
stances?
if you're in Australia?
But she's Australian, and she knows where I live, and she calls me evil, and she
Oh,
drives.
she's
past-
Australian?
She's Australian. I'm British.
Wait, so you're Australian and you're trying to say that she's lying and she's Australian and she's British and she's trying to say you're lying and that you're
Listen. I'm living in Australia. They won't let me leave, but I'm working on the Unfuck Australia tour as a comedy.
So done. Oh God, I love this. Okay.
I'm just going to quickly clear everything up.
Oh my God, no.
No way.
$100,000
way.
to court. That is why they can't let her leave, because it's a
I'm done. What the fuck? Okay, continuing on. Who are you people? Do you guys have a Discord and you just send people to go do these crazy skits on people's panels? I mean,
No,
it's based. I love it. I love it. And you guys are welcome to come up here and troll me anytime. 100% permission there.
I'm surrounded. I'm surrounded by the crazy. I'm stuck on this huge island that's called Australia, and they won't let me leave. And I'm surrounded by this crazy.
I'm so done. Okay. Hey, so someone said I'm a fake, so you might be an op. I'd love to have you up here with us. Maybe Lucas and I can take a stance together, a position against. I feel like Lucas. I feel like I think you have some. How do you feel about the crazy left? What's your thoughts on them?
Yeah, I am not a fan of the crazy left.
So we can
The
fight
reason
against
I
them
made
together.
my account was to push back kind of against the soy left.
Cool.
And spread the message that you can like be like a gym bro and you can do all that shit and still be on the left.
Wait, are you on the left?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, do you want to join the Unfuck America tour?
Yes, bro. I sent a thing in your bio, but I didn't know where it went or anything.
Just message me after this. I just followed you back. I don't know if you follow me, but just like I'll get you on. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
Let's
Hell yeah.
go.
Welcome to the
Let's
tour.
go. Hell yeah.
Cactus, you're MAGA, and we're going to be put in a position here where we probably agree, because I don't think Cactus, with your blackface Donald Trump, likes the left either. So his profile picture is literally blackface Donald Trump.
What does being a gym bro have to do with economics? The right has like monopolized fitness, and the stereotype of guys on the left being soy boys is like semi-true.
Yeah.
And so
It's pretty accurate there. God, I'm so happy. Like shit. I don't know why I thought you were a groiper. I think it's because you were in a request box with a bunch of other ones. Because I recognized you, and I think we were like battling it out with groipers that night. But you never got to talk. I do remember that. So I think that's cool. That is really cool. You're like, how dare you? Anyway, the crowd.
Sorry, would you mind just telling us a little bit more about your Unfuck America tour? So basically, if someone was to pay for a ticket, what would they expect to see, or what's it?
They'd expect to see a bunch of leftists. That's wrong. A bunch of liberals who are debating. They would come in and they would see Destiny debate. They would see a bunch of conservatives getting their butts handed to them. So it's a good time. It's a debate tour for sure. The last thing we were at, it felt like Fight Club, but like debate style. It was really cool. People are screaming in the back, cheering as people are like hurtling debate at each other. So it was a really cool experience, but it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes it'll be at a bar if we're going specifically after a Turning Point USA event, or it's going to be a college campus if we're going after like the college campuses that Charlie Kirk is going to. So it just depends on the location, but maybe we got to invite you and your crew for a comedy act.
Well, we are doing debates over in Australia. We do have a debate team going, but we're just not up to scratch. So we are debating each other frequently.
Yeah, I can tell. Queer Caribou. It's not that small leftists can't talk on here, but you did say that you just went down to Four Locos. So there's an ulterior reason as to why you're not up here. But if you are a leftist and you do not believe, if the words soy level ultra bother you, you're free to come up here. If you're a leftist who doesn't like the Unfuck America tour, make sure let's get it to 40,000. Let's just like tap away this thing to 40,000. Like the live, share it out, follow me if you haven't already. That we can make up my 2,000. I think I lost 2,000 followers in the past 3 days. Thank God.
What'd you do?
I took a video. So Older Millennial walked into the bar, the Unfuck America tour bar, and I said, "Hey, look, I think I said, you'll never guess who it is. It's the older motherfucking millennial." And then everyone started crying.
Whoopsie.
Oh, because you were like near him?
Yeah, and because I wasn't mean to him, or I wasn't mean to like the conservatives who came to the event.
Nice.
God forbid, you know what I mean? It was wild. It was pretty wild. And then like Kyla had a picture with Never Woke. And then I mean, it's wild because it turned into it started as Mercedes had OM in a video, and then they twisted that and turned it into the Unfuck America tour, rented an Airbnb with the older millennial. And I'm like, how did we get here? That never happened. We were all in our own hotels that were bought like 4 weeks before the event. So it's crazy. Someone said Mercedes is a MAGA plant. Oh, beautiful. Let me have your request up. I'd love to talk further about that. You want to come up here? Let me snatch you. How do I send your request? I don't know how to do that. So you agree with throwing immigrants out of planes? Lord, help me. Okay, we have Smooch. You kind of look Australian. And I only say that because I'm just because we have an influx of people who are, okay, we're going to invite you up here because you're definitely an op or an anti-fan. That's fine. And we'll accept you and we'll take your guys' positions. I think the Australian crew has moved elsewhere to go continue their skit. All right, Smooch, what's your position?
Hi. I would like to ask you a question, if that's okay.
Ma'am.
So, has any of the criticism that you received resonated, or do you disagree with all of it?
I definitely disagree with all of it because I think that the left, okay, so the definition of doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting different results is like literally insanity. So the left has taken the position in which, I mean, I don't even know, just like politics in general has taken this consistent position of being hyper polarized and divisive. And it's gotten us to a point in this country where we're actually regressing. So we get politicians who come into office and then pretty much just like wipe away everything from the past administration because it's so polarized that bipartisanship is just not a reality anymore. So it's like that, and we see this at all levels, not working across the board. So my position is to come in with a different tactic because I don't think what we're doing is working. And no one is trying the position of trying to like bridge gaps. So I'm going to take that position.
Okay, I think my response to that is 2 points. One, I think that you're operating right now in the debate space, in a space that's extremely heightened, and so any kind of argument will be, or any kind of criticism, I imagine, would be taken with a veil of kind of defensiveness or, even anger, because it's just a very heightened space. But I think there are people whose intention with the criticism is genuine and actually want you to consider what they have to say.
Yeah, they want me to stop what I'm doing, but they want, like, the positions that I'm taking, I think that they would want me to stop those positions, but I just won't do it because, like, what is I guess, like, okay, if you had a criticism of anything that I've done in the past, whatever, what would that criticism be? And then I'll explain to you my position on it.
Well, I don't know you well enough to criticize you on specific instances, but what I do know is that the state of the country right now is so dire. The people who are being attacked and killed and
okay, so who's being I don't know if I can say those words, but who is being ANK'd?
Well, black men are being lynched.
Where?
Oh, there have been instances. There was one in Albany, New York, places in the South. A mentally ill indigenous man was just murdered by like 7 cops. I think that was in Minneapolis. And then there's the ICE detention centers. Haitian people are being kidnapped, and as well as Hispanic people. So in that case, the people who voted for Trump, I think it would be more important right now to kind of reach out to the communities who are being harmed rather than try to mend things.
What do you think that does? So, like, I guess, like, what is your solution? So, if you have a problem and you want that problem to stop, what is your solution? So, if my solution is to go to the people who are getting harmed, and I'm like, hey guys, you're getting harmed, does that stop the harm?
No, I think maybe not saying, "Hey, you're getting harmed," but asking
I
them.
know I'm not getting into the specifics of, like, I know what you mean by going and giving it, like, you're turning your attention towards them. That is just like I'm just being colloquial with the just be like, hey, you're getting harmed, but like directing my attention at them and recognizing that harm. Do you think that, like, what is the long-term solution to stopping the harm?
Oh
For
yeah.
example, do you think if Kamala Harris was elected that the harm that they're experiencing would be worse or less?
Oh, it would absolutely be less, but
So how do we get that? That's the solution, is getting Kamala Harris elected or getting a Democrat elected. That is the solution right here. So the thing that sounds good is going to them and being like, hey guys, you are being harmed, but the actionable steps is getting a candidate elected who would have not gone down that path of harm in the first place.
Yeah, like, do you think there are any like policy positions that Mercedes has that like contribute to those events happening?
no, but with the platform she has, I'm saying if she turned her attention to the people who are being harmed,
I'm just
that
asking
would
you
be
how
very
that,
impactful.
but when you say it's impactful, all that does is make those people feel better. Like, hi, I feel good, but I'm still getting harmed because the administrations that we keep electing keep harming me. So there's
Well,
a difference between, like, making people feel better and then actually saving people's lives. And I think we do that by electing candidates who won't put them in harm's way in the first place.
absolutely.
And
Elections are the best thing we can do, but I mean,
so how do we win those elections?
people are showing up at Alligator Alcatraz. People are
Yeah,
showing
but
up.
that's
There are
that
places
that
that you
that
could be
doesn't do
showing up
anything.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it absolutely does something.
What I'm saying is, going to a protest, I do agree that protesting is a great thing, and I do believe that people should exercise that right. But showing up to a protest is not an actionable step of stopping that harm, because the administration that oversees what's happening, that protest is not getting the administration out. That protest is not going to stop 2028 from potentially getting us a candidate that's a Trump Jr. You know what I mean? So I guess my question, and this is why I approach things the way I do, is because I am so focused on electoral power, because that is the umbrella. Everyone sees what's going on underneath here without they don't understand that we have to deploy the umbrella to stop the harm from falling down on these people. They just want to talk to these people about the harm over and over and over again, which, yeah, the harm sucks. I agree to that. There's plenty of content creators out there who are constantly turning their attention to the harm. I think the majority of my page, 99% of my page, is calling out that harm. But there is a micro percentage of me that's trying to bridge gaps to let other people know, like, hey, I want you voting over here. I'm trying to expand the tent in order to get people to vote in the candidate who would stop the harm in the first place. So we
Wait,
could.
oh,
No,
so I don't
you
want
go
to
ahead,
interrupt.
Lucas.
Yeah, I just want to like push back maybe a little bit. Like, do you not think like the mass organization and solidarity with like the No Kings protest? Do you think
No, I
that
think
would
that's
help
good.
build any electoral power?
I think that's good, but I just don't think, like, I think that that's something that's happening naturally. Like, I think that we have that organized. So that's a great thing, and I think we should continue that. But I think two things can be true at once. We can do that, but we can also get people to understand that our tent door doesn't need to be this small.
I agree with that. I got you.
Both things are good at once. So, like,
Yeah.
going down and protesting. I mean, I spent a lot of time protesting because I think it's a good thing to do, and I think it's a good thing to show America that, hey, there's a lot of people standing against this. But I also think that we lose out on the moderate vote, and then we lose out, which I think the moderate vote is pretty much the ticket to elections. I think we lose out on their vote when they don't feel like they want to come to this side in the first place because of being ostracized or feeling like the tent doesn't even welcome them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I was going to say that, like, I think that another thing is that the organization needs to be done. Most of these protests have been just kind of a spurt where they just kind of happen out of anger. And I feel like they actually need to be organized in a way compared to how they've been happening. And this platform, I mean, like, listen, like, I used to be, you know, a staunch Democrat. And then, you know, I went to the middle because I was pushed out by the party. And seeing someone here who is saying, hey, we understand there's a problem, let's fix it, is so much more, it gives me more hope in this party. It gives me more hope in our future compared to anything else. You know, you want that. You want to pull people to this side. You want them to feel like we got this compared to, you know, you're evil, you're the problem. Compared to, you know.
Hey, noob.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Do you like the Unfuck America tour?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot about it. And I am staunch. I know, I've seen a lot of different things about what's happened there.
Are you Republican or Democrat?
No, I was raised Republican. I am 100% Democrat right now.
Okay, perfect.
I had been a fan. I'm not going to say was it. I've been a fan. I've been following you. I'm interested in your take on the on Fuck America tour, all the drama, all the shit, and then the most recently one. I would like to know your take. There has been some backlash with the older millennial and all that shit. Just what is your? Give me a little take on that because it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was weird. But then I saw your video was longer. There was shorter videos that looked like you were just welcoming him, and then your video was a little longer, and you kind of, I don't know. What's your take on all that?
My take on that is, so for example, I understand like I do not agree with his position. I know he spreads mass amounts of disinformation, but I know back when I was a conservative influencer, I followed like whatever the conservative realm of content creators was. And it was exposure to liberal creators that I wouldn't have otherwise been exposed to that got me over here in the first place. For example, the conservatives, they really, 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 really like a man named Destiny. He's probably one of the only liberals that they will actually talk fondly of. And because of them talking fondly of this liberal, I was like, oh, there's a good liberal out there. As a result, I ended up following Destiny, and the rest is history, and I'm over here simply because I said, wait, you can like you can be on the left but not be like soy level ultra? That's wild. I didn't know that was a thing. Because the Republicans sell the entirety of the left as like psycho blue hair people. Not saying there's anything wrong with being blue hair,
Been that
but
way for 40 years. But
Yeah, and
Wait, I'm sorry.
Snack mentioned that,
Mercedes, can you drop? Wait.
Can you drop? Some of the voices.
and Snack mentioned that he was pushed out of the Democrat Party. Like, what was it? The crazy lefties that pushed you away?
So I don't know if you were here, but I told Mercedes that I'm Jewish, and I basically explained that after the 2023 election in October 7th, almost all Jews were vindictive as Zionists. Doesn't matter if you're from Israel, doesn't matter if you're from anywhere. You are immediately a Zionist, which means you're immediately a white supremacist. And I'm sitting there very confused because I'm like, I was marching with you guys for pride, I was happy to, be a feminist. I was there for socialist values. I was there to, go against all this. And now you're basically the same white supremacists that you're against.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem with that crowd, because Democrats are not the Democratic Party is not like that. Like, the far lefties criticize the Democratic Party for being Zionist, so it creates like this false belief that Democrats have that they don't actually really have.
Mm-hmm. And to finish up the point on the OM thing really quick, the reason why is, for example, I saw a liberal that conservatives thought were cool. Mind you, when you're in the right-wing spaces, you don't know anyone over here on the left. The algorithms are so vicious that you see what you see, and that's it. That is right-wing content. That's what's being fed to you. I have a MAGA algorithm that I use to go find these people to stitch their shit.
Right.
And it's very in tune to what they want to hear. And because of the bridge that Destiny gaps with conservatives, it's the whole reason I'm over here. So my goal is, I know that OM is not going to come over here. I know that. all those content creators, I know that. But I don't know if you've seen Greg is Fire, big conservative content creator. Athena, she's a huge one. Then
Yeah,
we have,
Athena.
yep.
Athena bothers me only because
Well, really quickly,
she's super smart, and I feel like she knows better than some of the things that she says.
but like the thing is,
Very-
Athena, what's his name? Ken Carson, older millennial, made a video too.
Sure, Ant is another one.
But they all made videos saying that Mercedes Chandler is nice and Mercedes Chandler treated me with respect. And then I have a bunch of people in my comment sections now who are like, hey, I came over here from the OM. Or, hey, I came over here from Athena.
That's cool. I get that. I totally get that. But can you just accept maybe, and I'm not being mean. I respect you. I've been following you. I like your content a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a small creator. In no way am I in the realm of the kind of influence that you guys have. But your video came across a little overly, I don't want to say accepting, but it was very much like you look like that was your best friend. You were like,
yeah,
oh,
I'm extremely friendly to these people, for sure.
yeah, and it came across that way, and it felt that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and I want, that's
I know
what
we're
I
tribal.
want.
Like, I know we're tribal. We are, right? Like, I look at the people that I look up to as like content creators, and the people that I'm like that I align with my morality. I see certain things, and when I see like this complete like older motherfucking millennial, it seemed like you were psyched, like he was
Right, you could have been neutral.
that you've
Yeah.
been following for years.
But-
You know, I'm just
yeah.
respectfully, I'm just saying.
No, yeah, and I understand exactly how it looked. It's the whole entire reason why I posted it. So like for me, people and a lot of people think that I posted that and didn't know exactly what was about to happen. I posted that exactly knowing the backlash because I don't care about the thing that I do not care about is entertaining liberals or reaffirming people who are already on this side. There's enough content
Do you
creators.
care
over-
about entertaining conservatives?
No, it's not about entertainment. It's about bridging gaps. Give me one
Well,
second.
yeah, what's the point?
So-
What's the point of entertaining liberals and lefties if they're going to vote blue no matter what? Like, that doesn't
Exactly.
really go like
Anyway,
full
let
power.
Mercedes talk. I'm not
Yeah.
going to shit about anybody. Mercedes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. My thing is like I am not here to just be like a liberal creator who just keeps making reaffirming leftist content or liberal content.
And I never thought you would be.
Yeah,
Never- never
and
told you
that's
that.
and that's why is because like my goal is to let conservatives, the amount of conservatives who follow me or who message me on the daily being like, "Hey, I do agree with this video that you made," or "Hey, I'm moving a little bit far left just simply because I chose to follow you. I like your takes." And
I
that
get that. I get
that's
it.
why. So I've actually
totally get
taken the
that.
path of like most resistance. So
I totally get that. But can I ask you respectfully? You see this guy.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, like, you've seen his content, you know his content. Do you align with any of it?
older
I would
millennial.
assume
Oh
no.
fuck no. That guy
Exactly
spreads
not.
mass amounts of information,
Right. So
misinformation.
then when you see him, how, and I know it's easier said than done. I'll tell you, I believe flat out, I see him, I'm like, hey man, we got shit to talk about. Like, I call it out
Yeah.
instantly. Like, I wouldn't be besties with them.
Well, I'm not besties
Just
with him.
wondering how you align with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, I would not be like as a conservative, like if I was back in my conservative days, I would not be inclined to follow someone simply because they're like, yo, let's debate. Like, for example, it was like the way that Destiny interacted with Republicans that got me.
I get that. Destiny's, I get that. But I'm saying, like, when you see older millennial and you're like, if I saw him, I'd be like, I got a lot of shit to talk to you about because you've been pushing misinformation for fucking years and you've been detrimental to the.
That's not gonna get that. If I just like ran out the gate with that, conservatives are definitely just gonna be like, oh, it's just another crazy.
So all right. So what you're saying is that your angle is.
My angle is, this is my angle.
Was that Jesus? What did that
Yeah,
say?
Jesus. My angle is like straight up, dude. If I knew that
I can't reside with you on the Jesus angle, but I respect it. That's fine.
yeah, if I was able, the thing is, I was planning on bringing ham and cheese sandwiches and feeding these people, but then I realized I might get targeted in the state of Florida for not having a food handler's
Well, that's
license.
also true. I'm glad you got out of alligator Alcatraz. But is your thing though that like you're thinking you can relate to these conservatives and then you can kind of talk? Is that
No, it's just being nice to them. So being nice to them gets their following over to my side.
But
Just
also,
simply being nice to them.
Can we also state that, like, I get what you're saying, but like, I'm not a dick to conservatives. Like, none of us are assholes to them.
The majority of the left are,
But
though.
it's not like all of us come out. It's not like your plan is so opposite of everyone else. It's not like
Wait. Can you name me one single liberal creator besides Destiny who approached a conservative in a very loving way
Okay,
that wasn't?
that's true. I'm
I
talking
don't
about
think-
my own lived experience, and I'm not a big creator, so I get it. Yes, you guys have a big audience, and yes, it's a little different. But still, in the general populace here, we're not assholes to conservatives. I'm assholes to conservatives who are assholes to me. That means most of them are assholes, so I'm mostly assholes back to them. But the stance that you're taking sounds like you're, and again, I respect your content and I respect you, but you're making it sound like you're taking a different kind of stance where you're like, oh, I'm going to be open with them. I'm going to try. I'm going to build a bridge. We've been doing that shit for years. All of us, myself included, have been doing that for years. There is a time and a place for that, and then that runs out, right? And there's a point where you see someone in public, like OM, and say, hey, dude, I'm not going to like openly be excited to see you because it's been many years of misinformation that you've been hurting all of our efforts to come together.
He's a reason why
But
Trump
this
got
is-
elected.
But these are, I'd argue that these are tired talking points. Like what you're proposing is a strategy that we consistently deploy this strategy. It's obviously not working. So
I don't think
that's,
we've ever done that though.
but no, I mean,
we
talking to these people and saying, hey, you're spreading misinformation. I'm going to debunk this information is like the majority of left-wing TikTok.
No. I think we're beyond debunking it. I think we're just saying I'm no longer going to be respectful to you. I'm no longer going to
Oh
be.
yeah, no. I will never not be respectful.
Even at the
So-
point where there's concentration camps now in the United States.
Because I think it's psychologically not the answer. Like when you want someone to do something or you want someone to take your position, you just never get to that position by getting them to
Do you
dehumanize.
truly think that they will take your position? though?
And OM will never do that.
No, it's not about OM, but it's
if they
clearly never
understand
been.
that there's-
I know
Yeah,
it's not all about OM. I just want to finish one point. I'm sorry. It's not about OM, but
It's
the
about
optics-
his
but the
viewer
optics
base.
of that is though, right? Like I know you're trying to say it's about others, but the optics of you talking to him are really, really strong. And
Yes,
it
that
is about
optics
your
pisses off who? Who does that optics piss off?
every single person.
No.
following you here.
Okay, yes. So the left, right?
I don't consider myself.
Okay, but when I say people on the left, wait. Well, no, really
Not a
quickly.
leftist.
No, I'm not saying leftist or left, but like, who does me doing that piss off?
I'm gonna
the
say from my own lived experience. My own.
Yeah,
experience.
wait, just
I
let me
live in
finish.
Louisville.
Let me finish.
Right,
Who
right.
does it piss off? The right or does it piss
Me.
off the
I
people
don't
on the
think-
left?
I'll just say me. I'm gonna own for myself. Me.
Who
It
do you
means-
vote for?
Excuse me.
Who do you vote for?
Right now or in general? That's a hard.
Do you vote on the left? That's all I'm asking.
No.
What
Right now, I have voted for Democrats, but I historically have voted for.
The
Republicans.
reason why I'm asking that is because what I'm saying is a lot of people come up here and they're like, Mercedes, you're pissing me off. And I'm like, and not necessarily you, not you, but just in general. They're like, Mercedes, you're pissing me off. If I piss you off and you already vote left, I just don't care because I'm not here to cater to the people on the
Yeah,
left.
somebody gonna be like,
And
my
also,
last
I'm
job
not
as
worried about.
Democrat was
I don't want to
Mercedes
tell you that I
talking to
pissed you
Obama.
off. Like I know that I'm not trying to influence you that you pissed me off. I don't mean it that way.
But when I say you, I'm talking about leftists
No, I
in
get it.
general, or
I
people on the
totally
left,
get
in
it.
general, Dems in
I
general.
totally get it. I totally respect it. I totally get it. All I'm saying is, and I know I don't know if you know this, but you've heard it. It's a really bad optic to me.
Yeah, to the left. That's
No,
what I'm trying to
it's not
explain.
the left,
It's
though.
not a
Right.
bad optic to the right.
Have you ever gotten any of OM's followers to actually leave him and go follow you?
Wait, are y'all not
Yeah.
paying attention to how like what she's doing is actually working for the goals she's trying to accomplish?
Well, that's what I
Like,
just asked.
No, I mean but that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like y'all are. Well, I'm not gonna say you're jumping down her throat, but it's like we
I don't mean
literally
to
are
by
seeing
any
the
means.
fruits
I
of her
apologize.
labor in real time, like working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would get what y'all was saying if it just was like backfiring or we weren't actually seeing the goal she's trying to accomplish
I don't
like
know how it's
actually
working.
come
That's
to
why I
fruition.
asked.
Yeah, like what
No,
I said,
facts.
what I said
I
like
would
2
love
minutes
to
ago.
know
Like,
your goals. Mercedes,
But you're
I
not
would
you're
love to know
not
your
you're
goals.
not reinforcing the right's belief that we're all crazy and we all want to fight and we all just don't agree with anything that they're saying. We're saying that, hey, listen, there are things we agree with, there's things we disagree with. We can talk. And
Like,
instead of
is
pushing them
anybody on the
away
left
and
going to be
saying
like,
it's
my
never
last
okay.
straw voting blue was Mercedes talking to older millennial? Like, my
Exactly.
last straw.
That's it. I'm never gonna vote again. I'm done.
Yeah. So that's my position is like people they're trying to audience capture me and be like, why don't you care about your following base? And it's like
But I'm just telling you
because you
as a
guys are doing
follower.
exactly what I want you guys to do in the
Mercedes,
first place, and that's
I'm
vote
straight
blue.
up telling you as a follower, just as
Mhm.
someone who does respect you, my singular opinion. It matters if it doesn't. It's fine. I like to think that my opinion matters, but whatever, it might not.
You matter. I like you.
But I just think also, you asked me when I first came up, how do I feel about Unfuck America? I have all these weird emotions. I want you to help me figure out. I need someone to help me figure out how I feel because there was a lot of shit that went down.
Let me state this. So what I think Logix is referring when we see that this is working in real time. So many conservative content creators have came up, like made videos, name dropped me, and were like, holy shit, I went to this tour specifically to disrupt it. I went to this tour to make fun of it. I went to this tour because I think Democrats are awful. And then they said, but when I went, these people were nice to me. They were kind to me. They accepted me. And I actually want to go back and I had fun. And that draws not only their followers from name dropping me to come follow me, which people from their side have come into my DMs and been like, hey, I'm over here because of these people, Athena, Ken Clarkson, OM made a video about me. And then what's his face? Greg is Fire, and then Neverwoke. These are huge content creators on the right who are like, Mercedes is really, really nice. So that's gonna cause their base to come over here and be like, well, what is Mercedes about? They're literally over on the left or over on the right. They call me the cool liberal. And
But doesn't it also give the impression that you're tolerating the things that Trump is doing right now?
Not at all.
if that's how you want to
Give the
take it,
impression to who?
yeah.
Sorry?
Who
does
does
it
it give
give
that
that
impression
impression
to?
Well, I think it gives that impression to me. I don't think that's such a wild thing to
What group of people would you
I don't
say?
disagree with what she's saying.
So the left.
Yeah.
I'm speaking individually.
Being the cool liberal, I get it, but like being the cool liberal because you are there coexisting is one thing, but like, what does that mean when you coexisting is like?
So
allowing
so
their-
Destiny was the cool liberal that changed me. So Destiny. So the thing is, when you're on the
Mhm.
right, when you're on the
Yep.
right, when you're on the right, you do not listen to what anything a liberal has to say. But the only reason I listened to Destiny, because the only reason I knew who Destiny was because Republicans were like, oh my God, look what Destiny said. Or they would share Destiny's stuff.
Oh.
And I'd be like, whoa, who is this guy? And as a result, I would listen to his debates and he was saying some of the craziest stuff I've never heard before because they were facts. Conservatives conceal the facts.
Absolutely on
And,
point all the time.
and as a result, hearing Destiny debate MAGA changed my whole entire thought process, and it's the only reason I'm over here because I chose to follow a liberal simply because all the other conservatives were following this liberal.
Can I offer a point on that? That like Destiny never just was complacent with the other side. He never like.
I mean, he ate ice cream with Nick Fuentes, so I mean,
well. Okay. Okay.
And Mercedes doesn't tolerate their like arguments or policies. She's not like,
Well, I'm
oh
not
yeah,
saying that.
like
I'm
I
not
agree
saying
with
that.
you.
I don't know.
So if
I
I
get no, listen. I
you.
understand exactly what you're saying because if I was in a room with people, I don't know much about OM. I'm relatively new to Unfuck. I don't know much about him, but if I was in a room with like Charlie Kirk, Trump, Benny
say it.
Johnson,
No,
I probably personally couldn't muster it up enough to be like smiling.
Right.
But
So
Mercedes a different person than me, and what she's doing is actually working. So I can't really say like, how could you? I'm not gonna do it
Mercedes,
personally,
I'll
but
admit
that's
that
a
I'm
big
like,
thing of unfuck. We're not all like tackling the same beast.
yeah, Mercedes, I'm unjustly judging you because I do not know the scenarios that you're in. I will admit to that. Like so I want that to be understood. That I'm actually not judging you. I don't want to seem I'm judging you
No,
unjustly.
you're fine. I welcome this. This is exactly what I
No,
wanted.
I'm not against you. I'm not in any way giving you a hard time about it. I am asking about, because honestly, I'm glad that you let me up on here because this is awesome conversation.
I love it.
Yeah, 100%. I think I don't see things. I don't know the answer out, right? We're, like they say, like you're in the wilderness. How do you get out? I don't fucking know the answer. So I'm thinking like my guard's up because we've gone through a lot of shit, and there's no way that I've seen to turn those who are in the cult over. I just haven't seen it.
I mean,
And
you're looking at it right now, though.
And
Like
that's
I was,
what
I
what-
went,
so
I
I'm
was
admitting-
going to
I'm
vote for
admitting
Donald
that
Trump.
If there's
Yeah.
a way,
Yeah, I was about to vote. I was months away from voting for Donald Trump, and then Destiny like swooped me up, and I said, "Oh wait,
I love
my
that
side's
Destiny.
psycho."
You've met him so many times. I love that he's your inspiration. I do.
Yeah, I mean, like,
smart as fuck.
because I like him because you can just like he's one of those people that they appeal to the right in a way that you can say anything that you want around Destiny, and he'd be like, "Yo, bro, do you want to go eat some
Has
food?"
anyone
Like,
has anyone ever beaten him? Has anyone ever seen him like be beaten in a in any
Never.
discussion?
I've never
seen
I
seen
mean,
Destiny
I think
beaten.
I think the only time Destiny has been quote unquote beaten is optically, but not substantively.
Yeah,
Like he's lost optically. Like if you're like unaware of what's
like in a
happening.
hard
in the
edit, in like in a Charlie Kirk
Mercedes,
edit.
if I
maybe.
sorry,
not
Okay,
Charlie
really
Kirk.
quick,
Charlie
really quick.
Kirk can't do
I'm
it.
gonna interrupt this really quick. Really quick. Hey guys, everyone who's watching, make sure to like this live. Let's get it to 38. Let's try to go for 38. Like it a lot, and then
Let's do
share
that
it
then.
out because more people will come debate us on this topic, which is very healthy.
Okay, I'm gonna chime in a
Like
little bit
back
about
in his
the
early
tolerance
days
thing.
against
Thank you
what's
for
his name,
me.
Shane
Thank you for my time. I'll let
Dawson.
everyone
Like
else talk. Thank you.
Hold on. Lucas, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, so like when you talk about like being tolerant to conservatives, like if you've ever watched Destiny, he is not tolerant to like conservative ideas. Like he makes jokes about like the, the Texas flood and shit. There's a difference between being like tolerant to conservative ideas and like just being like nice to somebody and like treating someone with empathy
Yeah.
Well, I have a
and being
question
reasonable as well.
on that. It sounds to me, and this is just how it's coming across to me, that the thing that swayed you about Destiny was the fact that he treated you with respect and you felt kind of like accepted.
No, the Destiny because he would what got me around Destiny was he was doing everything that I was told the left doesn't allow you to do. So I was told by the right that you can't say certain words around the left or they'll cry and dox you, which is like definitely true.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
true.
told I was told that you couldn't be yourself or you couldn't have based takes or like hot takes without getting ostracized. And then Destiny, here's a liberal doing everything that the right told me the left doesn't do. And that's why I gravitated towards him. It's not that he was overly respectful. It was actually that he was highly disrespectful and crude.
Well,
and
he was catering to your
to the right.
sentiments.
Because he was catering to the right.
So, was there anything about the leftist policies that made you change positions, or just
I had no
the-
idea about leftist policies until I was open to even listening to this person. So that's the problem with a lot of the people on the right is they're not baiting off or they're not voting off of policy. Many of them don't even understand policy or the ramifications of the policy that they could potentially be voting for. They are so many of these people are solely voting over there because they can be themselves or
I can see that,
the
yeah.
vibes or the Christian conservative stronghold that these people have.
Sorry
Mercedes,
to,
will you
sorry to
driven by-
ask Mercedes, but would you also say that the right also is voting as well, also on like one policy individual? Like there are some Republicans who
Yeah.
will vote on one policy at stake.
Yeah, but what I'd say is they don't understand like the ramifications of the policies they're voting for, or they don't even understand the policy in general. So, for example, the right went I'm a proponent of a strong border, right? That is not a policy. Like I don't even think, let's have a strong border. I don't think that's policy. that's just a talking point that I would hear.
Hmm.
But then it devolved into when I actually got into what the policy was and willing to hear that policy, I heard Destiny bring up the Langford bill. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing a liberal basically tell me that, yo, you guys pretend that you care about the border, and then here is Donald Trump shooting down a border bill. I had no idea that was going on while I was a conservative because they don't tell you that, right?
Hmm.
The only way I was able to hear the policy side of it was because I was willing to listen to Destiny in the first place. And the desire to listen to Destiny had nothing to do with policy, but solely his vibes. But so many of the conservatives, I did not understand anything policy-wise as a conservative because they're running off of a culture war. And then they throw the policy talking points out there, but it's not policy. If they actually devolved into policy, they wouldn't be voting over there. I'm going to bring one more point up really quick. RFK with the Maha movement. He wanted to remove red dyes from the food. That was a talking point. Okay, that's fine. But when I got into the policy and I would hear Destiny or someone else debate this, they'd be like, okay, so you're running off of removing red dye, but what is the only state who has regulated red dye as of when this debate is happening? Well, that's California. Okay, California was allowed to make that happen because of liberals dominating the state, not Republicans, because Republicans are they're anti-regulation, where Democrats come in and actually regulate things. These are things I had no idea as when I was a conservative, because they're not talking about policy over there. They just throw random talking points and then they solidify it with a culture war.
That I feel like this is a very important thing you just brought up, and something the thing I agree with you most. And I feel like if you led with those sentiments, a lot of the leftist creators that criticize you would not be doing
Led
so.
with policy or led with
Yeah.
vibes?
Policy.
The problem is they don't listen to policy. They
They
listen
don't
to
care
vibes
about
first.
policy.
You can't get them to
Who
listen to
doesn't care about
policy
though?
without
Let's
vibes
talk in
first.
general, like specifically, who doesn't care about policy?
The majority of the right. Every single right-wing creator I've ever talked to, you could ask them to name one thing under Donald Trump's first administration policy-wise that he did, and they would be like, close the border. Like, they don't understand policy.
It's vibes and platitudes. That's it.
It's literally, vibes and culture wars is all the right is running off of.
No, I apologize. I thought you were saying left. Left
No.
cares about policy.
The right,
But
the
don't
left.
you see how like socialization is so tied in with policy that the way that you interact with people with these backwards values, it goes hand in hand.
The thing is, but how do you get, so if I wanted you to listen to policy and you were adverse to listening to policy until the vibes checked out first, like that's the reality of the situation we're in.
And even think about the
really
election
see
we
that,
just
though.
had. Wait. Think about the election we just had. Kamala actually had policies, was stating them.
But
had
she's a black
economists
woman, and so many of these
okay,
people.
Exactly.
That matters too. But wait. That matters too. I'm not denying that. But like on his face, Kamala was stating her policies. She was professional. She was presidential. She was the most credentialed presidential candidate we've ever had. And people still to this day would be like, Kamala didn't have policies. And it's like, and that's people on the left too that was apprehensive about voting for her. So it's like, you can't lead with policy. Like, that's a lesson we definitely learned from this last
And
election.
you just
Like,
reaffirmed
you
that.
just can't.
Society, right? That means we're a sad society.
But
No,
you just,
yeah, no,
hold
I
on.
agree
So
with you. I agree with
Smooch, you just reaffirmed what we're talking about. So logic said she had outstanding policy, and your response to that was, well, she's a black woman. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. These
So
people
then-
don't care about policy. They care about vibes.
Right, but then shouldn't that be an even more of an incentive to lead with like, hey, listen, misogyny is a really fucking
No.
big problem.
No, that is not what we're
Why?
leading with.
Understand misogyny.
Why? Because you think that they would take offense to
shut
that,
off.
or they would get
Because
defensive?
even the word buzzwords like misogyny, intersectionality.
These aren't
like,
buzzwords,
I
though.
don't
They're
think that
just the
matters
truth.
anymore.
These are words that the right like, for example, as an ex right winger, ex right winger, if someone came at me and their opening position was all men are misogynistic, or we need to talk about the intersectionality of queer culture, I would hold on. I would literally shut my ears off and walk away and be like, "You're a crazy leftist."
Well, yeah, I wouldn't even say all men are misogynistic.
Yes, but even the word misogyny on the left wing, the problem is the left has gotten to a point where they have used these words so
I don't
at
agree with that.
everything. They've
No.
overused these
Can I-
words to a
can I
point where they've lost
Can I point on
meaning.
this? No, no.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me.
Let
It's
me up
okay,
next.
hold
I'm
on.
gonna argue that point. Go ahead.
I think the biggest issue is when these are words, when we talk about misogyny or when we talk about like intersectionality or when we talk about like even just like you try to discuss like queer culture with these people, they are so far removed from that. That is not how we get them to vote over here. I think we get them to vote over here talking about like, hey, your unions that you're a part of are getting dissolved because the person you voted for. Like you can actually argue your positions within your workers' rights systems because like look at what's happening. We argue these positions with like the coal miners in West Virginia who had black lung screenings since Nixon, that now they don't get free black lung screenings because Donald Trump took that away from them. That is how we get them to begin their votes over here, by letting the average middle class blue collar America understand that Donald Trump is not actually saving you money, or the policy that he is enacting is like hurting you or your family. We do not get them over here by leading with men, tone down your misogyny. It's just not happening. These are people who work day in, day out, 90 hours a week. Like they're just like, they're just not giving a fuck about that right now.
So can I counter that?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't think that the message from the left has ever been like tone down your misogyny, tone down your masculinity, like be
You
something
don't,
else.
wait. You don't think the left
No.
has ever led with like
No,
these
the
intersectionality
stronger-
talks?
The stronger narrative is that the right is saying the left always says these things.
Yes.
Now,
The
no,
right
that's
they're
very
always
true.
talking about trans. The right
What-
says
Exactly.
they're always talking about, any kind of counter cultural thing that the right doesn't want to hear.
Listen,
That the right media will dictate that the left is saying that.
The,
And
right,
if
the
you
right
go
talks
back
about
and find
trans more
any
than the
pop-
left does. Trans people are
you're
just
right.
existing on the
Wait,
left.
is your name Noob? Is it Noob? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Noop. Yeah, yeah.
Go
Okay,
Logics.
Noob. Okay, so yes, I 1000% agree with you. They have taken the narrative and made it what worked
Right.
to get Donald Trump elected. But this further proves my point as to why, even if when it comes up, when it's necessary, it's almost like you're scared to bring it up, because I'm not a leftist. Like I'm not
Right.
far left.
Right.
So like I call out racism when it's actual racism. I don't call
Right,
it the
right,
moment
right.
there's an interaction between a black and a white person. So you know what I'm saying. So you're right though. The right has taken those words and bastardized them to where you almost can never use them, even when it
Even
applies.
the word woke,
But that's
like
yeah,
even the
even
word
word, yeah,
woke,
woke.
has
You know what?
become-
Yeah, I know where woke came from and how they
Right, but
bastardized
the
that.
word has become.
Noob, hold on,
weaponized by the
Noob,
right.
hold on. Let Logics drive his point home.
No, I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah, yeah. I was no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was almost done. So yeah, but I agree. But that further proved my point as to it. We're at the point to where we can't even use the words when it applies. Like that
Great,
just further proved my point. Because you're right. We don't use those words or those terms or those ideas the way they weaponize them against the
Right.
left. So leading with that when it actually applies is just gonna make them feel like they're correct.
But
Yeah,
so,
and-
so I respect what you're saying, right? I respect. But now I'm like, fuck that. We double down. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
no.
Because
No.
Why
That's-
can't we
'cause that's
cater
how
to
you
Watch
that
what
push
happens.
so
everyone
Watch what
away.
happens.
That's how you
Look at
become
all the
more
things that happen, right?
extremist.
When you actually stand by your morals, but not in the way that weaponized. Just stand by your morals.
You're-
I think
no,
people
you're
are
gonna
doing
fight
this. They're
fire
so
with
zoomed
fire.
in. Yeah, they're so zoomed in when it's just like the
Okay, so-
answer.
okay,
What is
okay, let me
what
ask you a
is
question.
the
Let me ask you
big
a question.
answer to our issue
Let me
is
ask you a
like
question.
we need people to vote over here. Like
Let me
that is
ask you a
the
question.
biggest solution is getting people to vote over here.
Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you a question, right?
Mhm.
So should we find a middle ground on pulling people off the streets for immigration? Should we find a middle ground? Or should we stand our ground and say everything that we mean to say and watch what happens on everyday news and the right realizes
We
what
did that
happened?
and we lost.
Should we stand our ground on the idea? Yes.
Yeah, we did that and we
No,
lost.
because
If
either
you
way
can-
they're going to
if
be
you
like, this is
continue to
exactly
push-
what I
if you
voted
continue
for.
to push the subject.
Should we
the thing
stand our
is
ground
that
and
you
say,
are going to
please?
continue. No, you continue to push the subject. You continue to basically, go even farther and farther and farther and hate these and not like these people more and more. You are never going to get elected again. We're never going to have a
Like who
Democrat.
people? Not like what people? Not like which people?
Yeah,
Not like
I would argue that we've gotten to a point where and I will even push back against what like logic says is, for example, like when we say that the left doesn't use like these terms like misogyny or like intersectionality or whatever. I have never heard those words used as much as to when I have come over here. So like, for example, there was a time where people tried to cancel me because I said son of a bitch, and they said saying bitch is misogynistic. So I mean, I've been through plenty of instances. It is.
That
It's
is silly,
extremely
and I
silly.
wouldn't even agree with that.
It's
Right.
That's the
extremely.
far left.
It's extremely silly.
I'm the far
but
left.
hold on, guys, hold on. But the issue that we're having is my biggest issue with like the we have a situation in which we have a group of people who come on and they'll host panels where they say it's all men until it's no men. They'll host these panels that have extreme left-wing values, and the right will take that and they'll use that and they'll exacerbate it. They'll throw it all over the For You page in order to get people to believe that that's all of the left. The issue is that is existing right now without a very loud, more like moderate left space to drown that out, or at least give Republicans a separate option, because too many people are scared to hop on these apps and give hot takes because that community is scaring them out of
I
speaking.
disagree. I don't think they are scared at all. They're very,
I'm
very
scared. I'm
active.
scared of giving my hot takes.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You come
Well,
up and
okay.
you give them every
No,
day.
I
She
mean,
had to apologize for saying SOB. That's like a saying. It's an old saying.
No, but
yeah. I mean, but I am. I'm having to. People are mad
That
about
is
the
not
OM thing.
indicative of the entirety of the country and or
Yes,
the
I
type of
understand
party.
that. I understand it's not indicative of the entire country, but
And
we do not have
you
a.
had to go through that. That sucks.
We don't have a group
That
that's
doesn't mean
countering it.
that's-
That we do not have a group that's countering it, and
No, we
that
should
is my
have fucking
problem.
Group. That's what I'm saying. We like you're saying that the there's a side that says you can't be extreme. Like there's another party that goes can't be extreme. How about if we just counteract to that? How about we say the same thing to them and say you can't?
That's the goal of the Unfuck America tour.
Wait,
Oh.
Mercedes, real quick.
You didn't answer to
Queer
someone else.
Caribou is in the
Mercedes. There's some
comments,
weird
like
shit that
talking a
happened.
lot. You should invite that person up. 'Cause
Wait, who?
Queer Caribou, they're talking a lot in the comments. They were up here earlier. I don't think
He
they
was
said
the four.
anything.
He was the Four Loco guy.
Wait, Queer Caribou was?
Yeah, he down
Yeah.
two for
Oh,
locos.
is
He
that
might be
guy?
fun.
Never mind,
Hey
never
Jay, really quickly, what's your position?
I sort of agree with what Noob is saying to a degree, in that we're trying to find a moderate message within groups of people who are closer to the moderate liberal wing of the Democratic or left party, right? Like
It's
probably
normal
most people here are more like moderate. Is that a correct like?
Yeah, 100%. Bro.
Okay, so I count myself among that group. And by the way, I do like your channel and everything. Most of what you have to say, I don't really care about the controversy, but to a degree, it does feel like, damn, the MAGA group can get away with like literally anything. They can say whatever they want. They don't have standards that they have to adhere to, that they're worried about getting canceled about. And
The worse they are, the more they're accepted by.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the worse they are, the more committed they are, the more like loyal they are, the more they're an illustration of why they win elections. But like I think that what we're trying to talk about here is like, yes, of course, I have some maybe leftist opinions about, that are going to turn people off, and I hate to be that kind of person that wants to appeal to, for example, like Biden won. He won the presidency based on swing states, and Harris didn't. And we kind of have to pay attention to that. And I don't think it's just because of her. I think that gender and race is probably a peripheral issue, like a part of it, but not.
I think it's 99% of it.
No. There was so much wrong with that. It was not 99% her race. We have to think about Joe Biden shouldn't even ran again. He shouldn't have ran again. Kamala had 3 to 4 months to do an entire campaign that people do for a whole year. Yes, she's black. Yes, she's a woman. You got
You
MAGA
see
that's just
what's
out of their
happening to women
minds,
in
and
America
then
right now?
Wait,
It's
but real quick
everything.
about
attributing.
while
Well,
I say
Hillary
that,
got
I
more.
don't want to lead with
I don't
that.
want to just put it on being a woman because Hillary got more votes than Trump. But
That's what
I'm
I was just
saying
gonna
that
say.
so
But she
and
was
then you have to
vilified
factor.
to the nth degree. She was ruined.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, but I'm saying we can't just say it's because she's a woman and
We
black.
saw
That's
a
not the
shift
only
across,
reason.
guys. We saw
Kamala got the
a
second
shift.
most votes of a Democratic
Yeah,
runner
the
ever.
economy was bad because of the coming out of the pandemic. We saw a
Yeah, the
global shift to
pandemic.
the
Kamala was a
opposite
man.
party
Do you
of
think she
power.
would have won?
No, but what I'm saying is
I don't know.
we saw this trend across the world. All
Hmm
elections around this time suffered from the fallout of the pandemic and then elected the opposite party. I really think it was a bad
But if Kamala was
position.
a man, would she have won?
I don't
I
think so.
don't know. I
I
don't think
personally
so.
don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Because in countries where you had man versus man winning, it was the opposite that won anyways. Because people get mad when the economy's bad, and then they take it out on the whoever was in power.
When
I
I
really
watch
think
like Dean's lives, a lot of the time, I mean, it's a very specific group of people that come up, but they say a main reason they didn't vote for Kamala is because she's a woman.
yeah, for sure. But that the
It,
conservatives are going to take a lot of maybe some conservatives are going to take that position in the first place. But I don't think that the people who are voting on the moderate ticket, like those moderates who actually sway the election, I don't think those are the people that are debating Dean.
No, but the
people were
biggest
still shooting
voters
at
for
them.
Those are the
Trump were the
hardliners.
like.
Yes, but
I got you.
the biggest voters for Trump were going to vote Republican anyways. That's
But
what I'm
yeah,
saying. So like
like
We're not
the
giving
people
enough
who
credit.
the people who win elections or actually swing elections are the moderate, the people who lie in the middle. And I don't think that's a good pool to pull your consensus from, considering like Dean debates hardcore MAGA voters and not necessarily people who are moderates.
and you got to think, y'all been like tricked. Well, I'm not saying y'all, not you. People have been tricked to think that she got really swept just because of the map, and she only lost by a few
Well, you
hundred
see how
thousand
I
votes
mean,
in
this
the
is why we're
states.
doing the Unfuck
So,
America tour. The young
That's a good
people are
point.
so galvanized. The way that he has organized young men, young white men in this country. It's the conservative movement is so widespread among that demographic.
That's
yeah,
it.
because the left forgot about them. I agree.
Yes.
Like the
I
the
don't think the
left
left
has
The
forgot
literally
I don't
left
think
the
the
left
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 forgot
threw
about them. I
them
think
to
they
the
just started
wolves.
I would
including
disagree.
everybody
I would
else.
disagree.
No,
The
I would.
right wing media machine has been so
It's not just
clean.
guys. The right wing. I'm going to tell you right now. Even when I was when I was a right winger, the videos that I was watching that the right would show on repeat, it wasn't AI. It's not like
You're
these.
gonna
But
tell
it's
me that the right wing
hold on. It's not like the content that the right is pushing was just made from like. It's not all just made from like these random content machines. They were genuinely pulling content from people on the left and then blasting it over. Like
you're
we
gonna
had,
argue.
hold on, we had Whoopi Goldberg on The View the other day saying some like absolutely wild shit, like the women in Iran have
Oh
it
yeah,
that
that was
have it
crazy.
not near as bad as black women here in America. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
Like
was crazy.
this isn't just
Really a crazy
these this
sentence.
isn't just
One thing
hold
is
on, hold on,
argumentative.
Did you
hold
just
on,
say
hold
that's
on.
crazy?
Guys, this isn't just a bunch of
I took
fringe
notes.
stuff
You know
that's
about black
not
women in America?
hold on. There is black women in America do not have it near as bad as the women in Iran who literally get unalived for moving a veil improperly to put food in their mouth. Okay,
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with
what
you?
I'm
This is the
hold
same
on, hold
person
on.
that
What I'm
said,
stating is when we say that these fringe ideologies that the right is capitalizing and then throwing out there to say this is the left, that doesn't just come from we can't just write off everything as being the right is taking this
No,
media
you're
and
making
running with
my
it.
point. You're making a
It
point. The right
it
wing
comes from
media,
somewhere.
the right wing machine is perfect at what they do. They are
But the
precision.
content that they're pulling comes from the left.
No,
Like
I'm
it's
talking
not
about Fox. I'm talking about all the podcasts. The red pill broverse that is the podcast nation, on top of Fox, on top of all the
yeah, they own 87% of
Yeah,
alternative media.
yeah,
well,
it worked. It worked.
it
give
has
them less fodder
it
for
has
their cannons
created
then.
a situation that the left doesn't get to tell their story. The right, alt-right, ultra-right dictates what the left story is. Because people who thought that they were voting in this last, they thought that the left meant guys gonna go into women's sports. and that every single
Mhm.
agenda was about something woke, what they didn't even understand what that term meant.
Yes, but
That was
because
dictated by
that shit
a
is
right-wing
being
media.
pushed. So like that's what I'm saying.
By
Like
the right.
no, it's not. Okay, so do you mean to tell me like what is it? I forget her name, but the trans woman who just like swept house in like some jumping event. Do you mean to tell me that it's a story made up from the right, or is that something that the left allowed to happen and then the right capitalized
The
on
left
it?
didn't allow to
What,
it
what,
just
Mercedes,
happened.
what are you
Wait,
talking
how
about?
did
It
it
just
happen?
happened.
How did it happen? Which people policy wise allowed that
Where
to
do you
happen?
fall on this then? Because what
Yeah,
I
no.
hear is, I hear a story that's being propagated by the right to invoke anger
But
and
when you say
fear.
the
It
story is being,
sounds like that's what you're
when you
doing.
say that the story is being propagated by the right,
It's
who
a story,
allowed that
right?
story to happen? Like, how
But
did
what
that
was
happen
it?
in
Is
the
it,
first
is it a,
place?
I'm
You mean
sorry,
who
I'm not
allowed
educated
her to
enough.
be on
Is
the
it a
team?
local story? Is
It's
it
because
one woman,
it's because we
one
take the
person?
bait.
Is
We
it one
take the
person
bait.
in the local sport? What's the story you're talking about?
What
so
I'm
do we
saying
put
is like
more
when we
people in
say
there and have
No,
more
the
weapons
one
for the
story you're
guys?
talking about. What is that exact thing you're talking about?
I forget her name, but I think it was in California.
Right, one person in some
I
localized
mean,
sport.
it's not they
That's a
they have
localized,
they have a
Fox
localized,
News?
like
they
the
have a
governing body
pretty
should
they have a
actually
pretty
govern
big
over.
library of this going on.
Wait,
You're
Noob,
falling into
What
that
I'm
Noob, real
saying,
quick, I have a question.
hold on, guys, we're
That
not
means,
interrupting each other. Noob, you're really bad at interrupting here.
I apologize.
Can I
I'm a
have,
little bad.
can I ask Noob a question?
Yeah.
So should we do it more and then give them more weaponry?
Do what more?
No.
Like the transport stuff. Should we do it more? Should we like
Well, no, I
push
didn't say
buttons
that.
to
Listen,
give them more
I didn't say
weaponry?
that. What I said was you're falling right into that. That their dictation is that's
And they're
all
just
we
keep
care
falling
about.
for it.
That's the dictation from the right side. That's
You're
the
right.
story that comes out. And honestly, I've made my voice clear on this separately from this, that I don't know which way it should go with transports because I don't have that lived experience. It's no one's fucking thing to make a
Nobody really cares
propaganda
that fucking
story
much.
about.
Well, half the country cares.
No,
Well,
they
because
really
you know why?
they
Half the fucking
care,
country cares
but
because the right wing media made them care.
the tool.
That's why
Yes.
it counts.
So, but the thing is,
Right-wing
what you guys,
news was
what you have to understand too is like we're never going to take down the right wing. We can complain about the right wing media
You
all we
want
want.
to unfuck
Hold on.
America, don't you?
Hold
Yeah.
Want to unfuck
Hold
America?
on, oh my fucking god. We can complain about the right wing media all we want. It's not going away. We
What is the
cannot
point of
just
unfuck America?
Are you
Hold
going
on.
after Charlie
Are we
Kirk?
gonna
Hold
just
on.
coddle
Hold
America?
on. Hold on. I will mute you, and I do not want to have to do that.
I'm sorry. I'm passionate.
You're very
about it.
emotional, man. I do
apologize.
not care about what the right wing media is going to do. What the right wing media does. We will never get to a position where we can be like, "Hey, Fox News, can you please stop running with these stories and you can please shut the fuck down." That will never happen. The only thing we can do is counter it with our own media. So we can complain all day long about Fox News running with these stories,
I'm not
but it's
complaining.
but it's not a solution. Like, oh my God, Fox News is talking about trans women in
Can I
sports.
say, you are not countering it with your own media.
Hold on. Yes, no, we are countering it with our own media.
No, you're
That
saying
is
we
the
should talk about it less.
Hold on. We are countering it with our own media by creating things like the Unfuck America Tour. We are countering it with our own media by creating these groups. Like, for example, Lucas, he sees that there's a very big lack of like bodybuilding left-wing creators over here. The right absolutely dominates the bodybuilding creator space. He has created a platform in which he bats for this side, and he's also really into fitness. We have not built up a media sphere. They own 87% of all independent media, and our counter to that is not complaining about what they're doing, but building up our own spaces that allow these people to look over here and be like, oh, I can also get these things over here. I can follow fitness content creation. I can follow women who bake bread. I can follow trad wife content. I can follow like farming tiny home content over here and also have this policy. It's just like complaining about what the right does. It's just not going to help because they're going to do what they're going to do. They're always going to run with these stories.
They're going to focus. They're going to
I speak
focus
now,
on
right?
the
Without,
zero,
can I counter to that? Because you were saying to my point. I can
whatever
counter it.
percentage.
I'm not
of,
complaining. I'm telling you what's happening.
Yeah, we all know that's happening. It's never going to stop.
So-
It's been
so what-
going on for the past 50 years.
So what I'm saying
all
is
I'm
like,
saying is I'm you could take me as I'm an average Joe, right? Average guy, very small level content.
Hey guys, really quickly, like the live, get this to like 50K, and then share it out so we can get more
Everyone
people
like
to watch
live.
this debate.
Everyone like that live.
the
And
loop.
keep listening.
Let me talk after you.
Let me just say one point. One point. As much as you're, I'm actually appreciative to be on this platform, and I really am 100%. I'm the average Joe. I'm nothing, right? I'm just a dude. And I'm telling you what we're feeling. I'm telling you everything that I am left right now. I was not born that, I was not raised that way. I'm not going to tell you where I'm from, but I'm conservative originally at heart. I'm telling you right now, the things that you're saying are not going to ring through to me or to what I believe what is going to become.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Logic.
no, I feel like I'm in the
That's all
same
I'm
boat
saying.
as you,
And I'm
though,
not like
because I'm
complaining
like,
about the right. I'm telling you what the right's doing. That we
because
have
I
to
grew up in
go
like the
back to
MAGA
Well,
like house
what is
too.
the
Like,
right
I grew
doing?
up conservative and everything. I feel like we're kind of like in the same boat as like we're in the same boat, and I heavily resonate with this message.
Yeah. I don't know, like as someone who was literally MAGA just like in like last year,
Logics, you're typing really loudly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
the biggest thing that converts me is like I just like as someone in with this experience, like yeah, when I was right, I did not want to just get lectured on intersectionality. I did not want to get lectured on how it's all men until it's no men. You know what I mean? Like those are just things that I did not care about. And I found a group of people in the Unfuck America tour that do not speak that way. And that's why I'm over here
Still,
appealing. I've appealed to these people.
But the number of trans
Still are
athletes
very
in
turned off by
professional
that.
sports
Wait,
is
say that
also-
again. Smooch, what did you say?
Do you still vehemently disagree with this? It's not all, it's all men until it's no men.
Yeah, I do not agree with it's all men until it's no men. I think that
Do
that's
you
the stupidest
understand
thing.
what it is and that it's not
I don't know what that
literal?
is. What is that?
I think that's the dumbest shit on the planet, to be honest.
Why?
Smooch, what is that?
Because I'm not going to sit here and hold all men accountable for the actions of some
But that's
men.
not what it means.
Okay,
That's never gonna resonate
that's
with
exactly how it's
conservatives, though.
perceived. It's
Yeah,
exactly
that's
how it's
never gonna
perceived.
resonate.
People.
Smooch,
Do you want me
explain
to
what it
explain
is.
to you?
It doesn't
exactly
matter.
what it
Like I
is?
don't even because it's a
I wanna
talking.
hear
I
it.
don't
I
even.
wanna hear what Smooch
I
says.
don't care to be explained to it because it's a talking point
I
I'll
wanna
never
hear it. I
use.
wanna be
Okay,
explained
but
to.
this panel is. This isn't like a. It's not like a. I'm
Not
even
open,
like
not
my.
open concepts, not open ideas to hear.
It's not that it's not open concept or ideas. I just don't think it adds value to the conversation because
Why not?
I'll never use that in my belt. I'll
Yes.
never
You don't
walk
have
up.
to use
I'll
it, but
never.
just
I'll never
know
walk
it.
up to like a white conservative guy and be like, "Hey, so do you want to join us? Because I want you to know it's all men until it's no men."
That's your frame of reference.
They're just
Mercedes.
they're just gonna
Respectfully,
look
that's
at
all
you. They're just
think
gonna
of.
look
And
at
you're
you and be
judging
like,
it. You're judging
because
it
I know it
without,
doesn't work.
without knowledge.
Lucas, as a
Yes.
white man, I'm gonna let you speak on this.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you speak on
Oh,
this.
okay. Yeah, like there may be
Why would you let
validity.
him speak on it before me?
There may be validity.
This is so problematic.
I'm serious.
Because we're not because this is not a hyper leftist space. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Lucas.
so
go.
there may be validity to that claim. Like there is probably a way that like you could abstractly say that's true, but that's never going to be a message that resonates with conservatives. That's instantly just going to make them
Define it.
their brain
Define
shut.
what
But do
it
you
is.
see how
Define
in
what it
this
is.
space right now you are prioritizing the word of a man
Oh
against?
yeah, we don't do that here. We don't.
What do you mean you don't do that here?
Though we prioritize the word of a man. I'm letting
This is
Lucas.
just a fact. I'm not.
It's like I just
Well,
don't
I'm
play
not
those.
tone
I don't play
policing
those
you.
games.
This is
Just
just a
define what
fact.
it is first. Smooch,
Yeah.
what is it defined by you?
Yeah, I
So-
actually want to know what our definition is.
The
'cause I
patriarchy
never
does
heard
not mean individual men. Men are affected by the patriarchy
Oh Lord.
just like women are affected by the patriarchy. It is harmful.
Hold on. Mercedes already dismissing you.
I know.
The
Can I
reason
explain
because
why?
because I'm going to tell you, and I think Lucas and I are in the same thought process. Like what you're saying right now, a conservative would run out of the room and be
But
like,
you're not
"Fuck
He
this
don't
conservative."
give a
So
shit.
what-
Yes,
what
but the
conservatives
conversation,
say.
the conversation is how to talk to conservatives.
Why is it
The
so
con-
triggering to you? Why
Hold
is
on,
it?
Because
hold
you
on,
said
hold
you
on,
said in
hold on.
political
I'll
elections
mute
we
everyone
need
on
to
this
appeal to
panel
people
really
in the
quick.
middle.
Hold
So why are
on.
we obsessed with what conservatives think? We're trying to win the swing states. Why is there default? What are conservative
Muted
people
me,
gonna
by the
think?
way, not everyone else.
We're not. Hold on, because you're. Hold on.
I feel like we're trying to appeal to people that are moderates or slightly to the right. Right?
I'm speaking to you
ultra
guys.
conservatives, right? So
I mean, moderates or people that I mean, just general. Even like I think a lot of people who voted for Trump are moderate. I don't think.
Do you
I
agree
think
that you're triggered by this language?
it's not that I'm triggered. I just know that it doesn't work. So I think it's a
No,
waste
you're
of time.
triggered. You're not
it
even
might be
hearing
a
me
3
out.
million
No,
votes, but just
it's
like they defaulted to Biden prior to that.
yeah.
No,
No,
it's just that like you're displaying the exact actions that she's trying to push against. So
Thank
she's
you.
We're talking
frustrating.
about
You're
messaging. We're talking
triggered.
about
Holy shit.
how
It's
you're
not
you're
triggered,
doing.
but
You are doing exactly the thing that causes conservatives to not listen to you, and that's
But
what
I,
we're trying to explain to you.
conservatives at this moment. I am talking to you, a panel of we all have very similar
Yes.
opinions about a lot of things. I'm not talking to MAGAs right now. I'm talking to you.
I'm with you,
That's fair.
Smooch.
That's totally fair.
I'm with you, Smooch.
So why are you, specifically you, so triggered by this language?
Because this is, I'm just telling you, it's not the conversation. Like the conversation that I'm trying
I'm
to have.
asking you a very direct question. Why
And I'm
are
answering
you?
a very direct question. I am not talking about it because it's not the conversation that this panel is having. The
We
conversation.
have had a bunch of different
Hold on.
conversations.
No,
on
the
this panel.
conversation has been consistently about how to talk to conservatives, and you're going down a path that I'm going to tell you. Like you literally started it with you're like, it's not all men because the patriarch, and then boom, that person is running out of the door.
No.
No.
We're talking about strategy, political strategy to win
This
elections.
is part
right?
of
So-
strategy.
Yes, 100%.
So
The words I am using are triggering to you, so you are not seeing the
No, it's-
strategy behind it.
Well, it's not that it's triggering. I'm just telling you it doesn't. Like, do you think? Okay,
But you don't
here,
understand.
Let
You
me
can't
put you.
even
Let me
define
put
it.
you in a. Let me put you in a situation here. If you wanted to go to a conservative and switch them over to this side, are you leading with that?
Let me put you in a situation. If
Hold
you're
on,
gonna-
noob. She didn't answer.
No,
Are
she
you
got to
leading?
answer that.
Yes, I would speak to a conservative the way I would speak to a leftist. I would not change my definitions. I would not change my language or my
Yeah, but do you
vocabulary.
talk to your?
Also,
But do
if
you,
you're
okay,
gonna
when
do
you
a
want your
playoff
friend to
thing,
do
also,
something for you, do you talk to them the same way you would talk to your child?
Why would I have to talk to another adult conservative like I would talk to a child?
Or
Because they're
talk to a
children.
No, I
close,
said your
talk to the
friend.
general
I said your
public the way you
friend.
talk to a close friend, right?
Why
Can I
don't
ask
this?
a question?
What is the parallel here?
I'm saying that you don't talk to everybody the exact same way to affect a change.
I would talk to every adult the exact same way. A
You guys
voting
are
And
adult.
that's a losing strategy.
You guys are
So you want-
attacking Smooch.
Yeah.
You guys fucking were nasty to her. Don't.
No, it's not that we're nasty to her. We don't do the coddling
Who's
shit in
being
this space. Like this
nasty?
is.
But yet
we're-
I don't
coddling is
care
not
if you're
coddling.
nasty, but you are not listening and you are not acknowledging
Yes,
the
you're
fact that
dismissive as
this
shit.
language
So-
is triggering to you. It's just a fact.
No, it's not that it's triggering. We're just trying to explain to you. So
This is
you
the
said
problem with-
Then why
earlier.
won't you hear
This
me
is the
out?
You
problem
said
with
you said
unfucking
earlier.
America.
You said earlier. Well, no, the problem with okay, I will not take when you say this is the problem with Unfuck America and you're already voting blue. That criticism, the only person that I will actually take valid criticism from is the right, because those are the people in the moderate spaces or like the right of center spaces, because those are the people that I'm trying to appeal to get them to vote over here.
Can you
That's-
reiterate what the left's criticism was
But-
about the Unfuck America tour?
I don't care what the left's criticism about the Unfuck America tour is
Why?
because they're already voting blue.
They're already voting blue, yeah.
But really quickly, what I'm trying to say is that to you, when you take this position where you say that you will not change the way you speak to someone regardless of who the adult
Will they
is,
change the way they speak to me?
are you the one who is complaining
Will
about
they
the
change the way they speak to
administration,
me?
or are they? Are you the
Will they
one who
change
wants
the
to
way
make
they
sure
speak
the
to
next
me?
MAGA's not going to
administration?
compromise its
You
principles.
don't want
for
to
who we
take
are
in
right now,
other
so-
considerations.
Hold on, hold on. I'm still trying to engage with her really
Again,
quick.
and
Please hold up. Smooch, or I think that's your name. What I'm trying to explain to you is that do you believe that a proper way to talk to people is to never change how you talk to them, to talk to everyone the exact same? Do you think
Yes,
that that's
because I wouldn't assume that anyone is not able to self-reflect.
Hold on. So this means okay, so pretend you have an adult who's like 60 years old. All they have done is work like farm life work. They use a jitterbug as their phone, and they dropped out of high school in the 9th grade. Would you talk to them on an extremely intellectual level using big words, and not change your communication style to fit the way that they could understand?
I don't have a huge vocabulary. I can speak to anyone.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no. It's a
You're
yes
not
or
letting
no.
me
It's
answer.
a yes or no.
No,
If
I'm
you-
going to answer this.
Would you change your communication style?
No,
to
I would
someone...
not. I speak to everyone the same.
So do you see how an issue, like for example, if you had like a college professor speaking on like psychology, and they were talking to, or even a doctor, even doctors do this. When they come into the room and they tell you your diagnosis or they try to explain to you your
I'm not a
medical
doctor.
condition.
I'm not the 1%.
Hold on.
I have
I'm
more in
explaining,
common with,
you're not
with
listening
somebody
at all. I'm explaining the purpose of changing your communication style in order to get someone to understand what you're saying. When a doctor comes into a room to talk to a patient, they do not come in there saying a bunch of doctor terms
I
because
hear
the
you, and I have an
patient won't
answer for you.
understand it. So if
People,
you,
can
just
I
really quick,
please answer?
I just want a yes or no on this because I really need to understand if you can actually engage with this.
I'm going. I
If,
can, and I'm going
hold
to
on,
tell you.
please do not
You're being
interrupt.
real
Just give me,
disrespectful here, Mercedes.
just give me a second. If there's like a college dropout who's 60 years old,
I
who,
hear
like,
you. You've
is
said this in a million
anti-social
times.
media,
Can I please respond? I hear you. I hear you. Can I respond?
would you change the way you talk to them? Yes or no?
No, and I'll tell you why.
Holy shit.
Let me
Okay.
tell you
Let
why.
her fucking answer.
Let me tell you why.
Noob,
Because
you're not helping. I'll let her
me
answer, but you're
tell
not
you
helping.
why.
Noob.
Jesus fucking Christ, let me tell you
Hold
why.
on. Hey,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me speak.
go.
People,
Calm down here.
Oh, do not do that. Let me speak.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
Listen to me. I don't care if you were
Right there.
raised in the Adirondacks. I don't care if you were raised in the South in Alabama in 1942. People can tell when you are condescending to them. People can tell if you think they are dumb. People can tell if you think that they are not on your level of intellectuality. I am speaking to everyone the same because I am not condescending to anyone. I don't know
That's
how
not what
smart
that's not what
somebody
we're
is.
meaning, though.
That
Oh,
is
wait,
exactly what
let
you're
me help
talking
her.
about. I
Let
do
her
not
talk. Let her
condescend
get
to
her
people.
point out. Go
I
ahead.
don't
Yeah.
condescend to people, and also I am going to
We're
listen
not
to
talking about
everybody's
condescension, though.
You please let me speak. You're not saying the word condescension, but that's how you're explaining it.
No, we're talking
No, not
about
at
word
all.
choice.
I
We're
can
literally
explain
Said
talking
that the
about
most
word
common-
choice.
Yeah, I
It's the
can
same
We're
explain.
literally
thing.
talking about word choice.
How
We're
many times did
literally
you
talking
compare?
about word choice.
How many times did you compare
Hold up.
conservatives to children?
No.
You said that.
Mercedes, I can
No,
explain this
that
very
wasn't
well.
You
the
just said they were
analogy
children.
Hold
wasn't
on,
about
Lucas,
it
what
being
did you
a
say?
child.
I can explain this well.
Okay,
So, like,
Lucas, go.
you can communicate the same message. It's just about the wording specifically. So, like, if I was talking to a conservative,
I understand
wait.
Let-
If I was talking to a
Give
conservative,
her
I
point.
wouldn't say something like, "Oh, the patriarchy is also like suppressing men or all this." I would be like, "The red pill bullshit is making guys incels." Like, I would say something like that. It's about like the type of words you use. It's the same message, but
So
it's
you
just
think
putting
that
it
they
in
would be
terms
more
of the
more
understanding.
accepting of the words red pill bullshit?
Yes.
They think
Yes,
Absolutely,
Yes.
1,000,000%.
yes.
But what if they are red pill people?
Then
Then what do you
Yes.
say to
They
that?
have a better
Yes.
but that means you you're speaking their language at this
So
point.
you guys have an agenda, but only upon the agenda that you agree on, right? Like you want to change things, but only upon the way that
On
you
your
guys want to do
terms.
it.
I don't even know what you're trying to say there.
What do you
I mean,
mean?
we're just
I think
trying
it's,
to engage with these people in the language that they speak so that they can understand it. Again, like Lucas said, I'm
That's
not going to
so
go.
condescending.
No, it's not. It's
No.
not. No, condescending would be going to a red pill person and be like, "I can't believe you hate
condescended
all
on
women, you
Schwartz and she started
patriarchal
talking,
piece
you
of shit."
rolled
That is not condescending.
When
That's
Smooth
ignorant.
started talking, you rolled your eyes. Is that
are
condescending?
you
Oh,
are you
Lord.
guys saying
This
that?
isn't
Is
a
that
safe space,
condescending?
bro. Bro, this is not a safe space. We do not engage
Oh,
in
shut the
that
fuck up,
stuff.
you
Are you
fucking
saying that?
idiot.
Condescending
Safe
unto
space
itself.
bullshit. Listen, I'm not a safe
Everyone
space
like
either.
the live, get it to 50,000.
I will
and
tell
share
you
like
this
the
exactly
live.
what the fuck
So,
I think. I'm not a
are
safe
you
space.
saying that
I am
the?
a far leftist, progressive.
I can tell.
But I'm not a
not a
fucking
far
safe
leftist too. We
space
need
for
to
No,
anyone.
I go in the most unsafe spaces I can, and this is fucking bullshit that you're saying we're not safe space. That is a
There's
fucking
more
lie.
censorship here than in
If
the
you
fucking
don't want to
spaces
talk
I'm
about
in.
something, you
Okay,
can't
wait,
say.
listen, wait.
Well, I
Can
think
I be
I
honest?
think this
Wait,
chat is
honestly,
going
but
Top out
listen,
of her
crazy, and why we
life.
can't
Fake
talk.
yo,
leftist was rich.
listen. This is exactly why this exists because I'm on the left, but I know I'm not far left, and y'all are annoying as fuck right now. This is exactly what the fuck we're talking about.
And then
Like
this
y'all
proves
really
the bigger
doing a
picture.
lot
This
right
proves the
now.
bigger picture.
Y'all doing a lot.
No, buddy,
The
you're far
minute
left.
You're
someone
screaming.
pushes
You're
against your agenda,
now
you
you're
become
screaming at
chill
me
and
because
If I'm a
I'm
loud,
moderate,
Yeah,
and
now
you
because
and
become
you're not far left.
nonchalant
condescending
because
as
you're
fuck.
afraid
And
No,
of
you,
fucking
arguing
America
with
is doing something.
the truth.
The fucking
yo,
negative propaganda
Yo, like I could do
around
that
it
too.
is
Like, wow, you're being
horrible.
super
I have
emotional.
such a
Dude.
critical
You're
question.
so emotional.
yo,
if
the
I'm a moderate,
It's
irony.
like crazy
Oh
how
my
fucking
god.
emotional you
Keep
are.
liking the live, guys. Keep liking the
Dude.
live, okay? This is
Yo,
if I'm
WWE
a
I
at
do
this bitch. Keep
promote
liking
this
the live.
live.
So
if I'm
good.
a,
I
if
love
I'm a
it.
Yo,
moderate,
Promote that.
if
We
I'm a
have
moderate,
energy going going on.
If I'm a moderate, what's the solution, right? Because
Yo, Jay, you gotta calm the fuck
our,
down. You're being too much.
our emphasis seems to be
You're
on
being too fucking much, dude.
You're like yelling in my fucking ear.
Sorry about that. Our emphasis seems to be on more appealing to conservatives, right, or people that could be persuaded back to the center, right? So I just asked my fellow moderates, what do we do with people that, as she just said, I'm on the far left. I'm not going to compromise my politics. I'm not going to try to appeal to the center. I think that's part of the problem. So I feel like we're focused on.
Do you think I should appeal to the center?
I'm not saying you should. I'm asking them, like, what do we? What would you?
How about we don't fucking
How do we build a
each other a hard
coalition?
time when we bring our points together.
How do we build a coalition?
You weren't letting me
It's about vibes.
About that.
It's about policy.
Right center.
Yeah. It's about vibes, bro.
How about we're not condescending to each other?
It's
Like,
not.
come
It's
on,
not a
wait.
matter. It's
I
not a
would
matter.
be-
We don't play that. That's the thing, though. Is like I'm gonna tell you that this is not a normal leftist
I
live where
don't
we
give
like
a
cry
fuck
about people's
about safe
speech and
spaces.
stuff. So exactly, there you go.
Mercedes,
I know they're
respect
obsessed
we
with
go.
the safe
Condescending
space.
as
They're
shit.
bullshit. Like they
Well,
don't even.
Mercedes, you're condescending as shit.
It's
Yeah,
not that.
she's-
It's that I'm
And I
just
told
tired
you
of.
I respected
I
your-
am tired
your
of
content.
leftist bullshit,
But
bro.
in this
Like, so,
live, you are condescending
yes,
as fucking
Dude,
shit.
Sean, yeah.
I would love to
I-
speak about the
Going,
patriarchy in this
yeah.
tone of voice, but you.
I'm truly. I don't understand why y'all. Wait.
Big.
Do you know what it comes off as?
What?
Because
What
we're
is that?
having a strong
We are
disagreement
still
that
the
you're
same
saying is
fucking team, I
condescending.
think. I don't fucking know.
Did you hear what I said?
God.
Did you hear anything
Based.
I said?
What'd you
Did
say,
hear what I
Logic?
said?
Based?
I said
Yeah,
it feels like because
such
we
a
have strong
fucking old
disagreements,
asshole. I don't
we're
even know what
turning.
base means.
Wait,
Oh
let
my
Logic
God.
speak.
Bro, I'm saying that it comes off as like we're having a strong disagreement, and you said we're condescending. I
didn't
mean,
say you all.
we've been-
I said Mercedes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying collectively. Mercedes as a host is being very condescending, and I find that fucking discouraging.
As fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
fair.
good.
You're
That's
saying
good.
just
I'm not. I'm
Mercedes,
not here
but I
to
don't
appeal.
know
I'm
what
not
she
here to
said.
appeal to the left
Discouraging as
anyway.
fuck.
So
Here's a critical question though. Noob and Smooth.
Dude,
are you guys
you
gonna
understand
change
that
your
the
voting
right
habits
can
due to
feel
this
condescended
conversation?
to as
hey,
well.
if you are in the right and you are in the chat, do you think I'm being condescending? If you are a moderate and you are
Well,
in
'cause
the
you're-
chat, do
'cause
you
you're
think I'm
trying
being
to suck their
condescending?
dicks.
Mercedes. So now you're gonna look for
I
the
don't
right
think
to
you're
come
being
against me on
condescending.
it.
In
This
fact,
is
I think you
awesome.
put out a lot
This is
of
Because I
really
care
positive
about the only
messages.
opinion I care about
I hope this gets
is
recorded.
It's
'cause
the
this is
right.
fucking
the
great
only
effort.
the only
I'll make as
opinion
much
I care
content on
about.
this as you do. This is
The
fucking
only
Oh my
the
God.
only opinion I really do care about is the moderates.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's
well,
crazy
but
that
I
you're
feel
not
like-
fucking looking for one.
That's wild. Because even
Wait,
I could
y'all.
have
But wait,
Shared
y'all.
values?
Wait, y'all.
You
Are
just
y'all
think
forget?
this is a team thing for you. This is churning
Wait.
over points. People coming over, not like a shared morality together, right? We don't have a shared.
Nah,
like,
she's
fucking
just trying to be
foundation.
like the moderates,
just
like
want,
Wait.
people over.
prize.
Hold
yes,
on a
there
second.
you go.
Hold on.
Y'all
Fuck.
y'all
How does-
forgetting we
You
could.
got some of that Z money? Z give you a little bit of that money?
Yeah.
Or what?
Wait,
So-
are y'all
See,
forgetting?
the
surprised
Sorry,
creators,
that was a-
creators,
We can tackle
creators
this.
don't get paid to go on the Unfuck America tour.
I'm
That was a
surprised.
little bit of a low thing, but also I
No,
wasn't
it wasn't. It was
right.
true.
I asked, it never came up.
No,
Like,
it's not
what-
true. Hold on. You can check FEC reports. No.
Whoa,
Creators,
whoa,
hold
chill.
on,
Let's
really
know.
quickly. Not a
Whoa.
single creator who went on the tour got paid. Even Destiny
But, like,
did it
that's
out
not
of his
what they all
heart.
This is a
said.
safe
Even
space,
man.
even Destiny did it out of his own heart to come volunteer for the
I don't
tour.
give a shit.
Yeah,
I give a
they
shit.
didn't get the
You
money,
gave
but
you
Z
gave
got
a
that
shit like
money.
5 seconds ago.
But
No,
Z
I was
got
just
that money.
speaking.
Oh,
was
oh,
just
Z.
talking.
There's a lot
Z
on account of money.
wait, what money did Z make?
I only know what I see on here. And
What money
Can we
did
get
Z
back to
make?
like
It's all-
talking
Hold
about the
on,
time
hold
frame,
on.
'cause
No,
I don't
I'll
give a
debate
shit
this
about
all day
this
long.
unfucking
I want
shit.
no. I don't
Z's
want
Z's our motherfucking queen. What Z did?
Okay,
What money
good,
did
good,
Z
good,
make?
good. I don't want to debate. I can't
What
debate.
money?
'cause I
You
don't-
made the claim that Z made
Listen,
a shit
no,
ton
no,
of money
no.
from the tour.
I know,
I want
it
to.
was-
I want
Now-
you to
now
tell
she's
me.
trying to
I'm
deflect.
I want you to
I'm
tell
asking
me.
you.
No, because people are going to run with this bullshit. If
No, no, no.
you say,
They've already
if you
ran with it.
make
What
the
the fuck are you
claim,
talking
if
about?
None
you
of us
made
give
the
a shit.
claim,
No,
if you made the claim that
I'm
Z
asking
made
you.
a bunch of money from the tour,
Oh my
I'm
God.
I
asking
would
you.
like you to tell me what money did Z make from the tour.
How the fuck do I know?
Because you made the claim. How the fuck did you know? You made the claim.
I'm asking you to explain.
I'm
all the-
asking you. You sat here, made the claim that Z made a bunch of money from the tour.
Okay.
Can you please explain to me what money she made from the tour?
She's off the rails.
Right? If you're seriously not contextually
Is that a yes or no?
What?
You're making baseless claims?
Are you
That's
fucking-
low, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
low.
Noob, just go on with your point because she's so fucking dense.
Listen to me. Listen. If you think fucking schooling me,
I'm asking you. You made the
points,
claim.
that's awesome.
I'm
Good
just
for
asking
you.
you to clarify your claim.
I am saying to you, I threw it out there, got your attention, great. But I did want to know, there are a lot of claims on here for what happened there. And I don't know the truth because I'm not on that fucking tour. Because I'm not one of these fucking people like yourself making all these claims left and right.
You made the claim.
Can you clarify some of this shit that's happened? Because there's a lot of talk from a lot of people that I respect saying a lot of bad shit happened. And only a couple people that said, it didn't really happen.
She's not going to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
know,
worth
I mean, I'll tell you, you
the
can go to
files
the you
don't
can go to the
exist.
IRS website and see the
Files
truth.
don't exist.
I mean, what files don't exist?
Bro, you just talking out your ass at this
Yeah,
point.
I think this guy's a little tipsy. I don't know what's going on here.
I'm
sorry.
around with the Epstein thing. Either you can talk about it or not.
Okay, my bad.
Your
Here's the
points
truth.
are all over the place.
Here's the truth. I'm just a
Epstein.
like I
Okay.
said, normal fucking guy out there.
Final boss.
The Unfuck America tour didn't hit. It did not hit us right. It didn't
It's
land.
not supposed to hit the leftist.
It's not
It's
supposed
not
to
supposed to
hit
hit for
you.
you guys. It is not your tour.
Wait,
Didn't hit anyone.
Here's the question.
No, wait. When you say
There's
it
Secret
didn't,
USA
hold on. I
just fucking killed it.
hate when people make like ridiculous claims. When you say it didn't hit for anyone, but conservatives are coming out and making videos about how much it
I haven't
hit
seen
for
one
them.
video.
Okay, go
What are
look
you
at Never. I
talking
want you.
about?
I want you to go look at
Secret
Neverwoke's. I want you to go look at an account named Neverwoke. He's got a video that literally says
I
"Unfuck
did
America."
not
Tour.
watch it.
I want you to go look at.
It's so
I
big.
want you to go look
He's
at Athena.
never concerned
I
by
want
you
you to
guys.
go look at Athena's account. I want you to go look at Crash Out Ken Carson's account.
I don't
I
know
want
who
you to
these
go
people
look
are.
at
These
OM.
are not
Older
your friends.
Millennial
I
made a
don't know.
video on
They are
it.
not your
You know
friends.
who? You fucking know who Older Millennial. That's the point. We don't give a fuck about the left. We
Yeah,
don't
no.
give a shit about their opinion. Our
You don't.
whole
You
entire
also
goal
don't.
is to get moderates to vote over here so we can create more people on the left. I am not going to
You're
sit here
not
and cater to
fucking
people
with you.
who
saying
are
you have
already
hundreds of
voting on the
moderates
left.
following you?
That is the dumbest thing you could ever do. Is
You're
be
saying
like,
you have hundreds
yeah,
of moderates-
let me
moderates
go
coming
ahead
to
and
your
let me go
events?
ahead and cater to the people who are already voting over here. That
So you're
surely is going
saying
to build
you're
electoral
rallying
power.
so many moderates. Just
Noob.
like
Do you,
many.
did the
Yeah.
UNF tour change your voting habit at all? Like your voting habits? Do you think it changed anybody's voting habits who's already on the left?
What did?
The Unfuck America tour. Did it change your voting habits, or do you think it changed anybody on the left's voting habits?
do you think it changed any moderates' voting habits?
Yes.
First, I want to know.
I think yes.
What's the point of that
I
question?
think yes.
I feel like it's a setup for.
It's
Someone
probably-
said in the
it probably did not
comment
change
section that they
conservative
started
MAGA
voting
points
Dem
of view,
because of
but-
Destiny.
It probably
That's
didn't change MAGA conservative points of view, but probably the moderate. Who
Wait,
went out
okay.
with
I got a
Trump.
question for Noob and Smooch. Why do the people that are a part of Unfuck America, what do you think made us want to do this?
I think you have the purest of fucking motives. I
Fair.
like the shit out of you guys doing this. I only asked, and I did it in a kind of sideways thing, and I apologize. There's a lot of controversy with Z in the month. I don't know it. I'm just saying there's something there.
That's what. Hold on, but I definitely want to address that claim though,
You
because
should.
there's
I don't
nothing
know
more
it.
that pisses me off than the fact that
Right.
this woman owns a business completely separate from the tour. She owns a business as a political operative canvassing. So politicians hire this woman to do canvassing events for them. That is a separate business that she owns.
Didn't the politician come out saying that
hold on,
she like
the
fucked up their?
Stop.
hold on, and she won that case.
Oh, okay.
But straight up, you have a tour that is completely being passion funded, and people are like, oh, Z, you own this business doing canvassing. All of these people only think that the only thing Z does is run a tour. And it's like, no, she has had a canvassing business, a political operative business, in which she runs because it's her business and she makes money from her business, because you don't just go out there and knock on doors all day and not fucking get paid for it. Like, holy shit, you guys want this bitch to work for free? That's crazy. Anyways, she goes and does that stuff, and then she passion funds a tour and paid $39,000 for us to go on the last tour, which she makes zero money from. There's zero money. There's not $39,000 being made from a tour, okay? And what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, Z, you made money from your business as a political operative. And they'll be like, yeah, that money was made on the tour. No, that is not how that works at all. This is it gets a PAC called Soul Strategies, and then she has National Ground Game. And National Ground Game is running the tour itself. Soul Strategies, this thing that everyone constantly brings up, is the business that Z has had. This is like people getting mad at me for going on tour and then pulling up my furniture fucking reports and being like, Mercedes is making money from the tour, when in all actuality, I own a fucking furniture company. That's how conflated it is. It's the absolute stupidest shit. People have already called the IRS on Z to get them to investigate it, and it's led to nothing because she's not doing anything
the
wrong.
People that were on the tour, like it was
The people that were on the tour
creators on the tour
saying what?
Who said that there was problems with her, the way she organized it, the money.
Not
she
financial
spent,
problems.
the money
Their
that went-
problems weren't financial.
None of their problems were
Now,
financial.
didn't like Dean and Parker
They
get
were
like
100%
first class
financial.
Dean and Parker begged for first class flights, and she was
can I
like,
ask you
no.
one question? Because you're so concerned about that conservative.
Guys, like the live.
Like-
Let's get us to 55,000 and share it out. Like the live and share it out. We are going hot and ready, and we need
Like
more
and
ops.
share.
Really
What's
quickly, I do
up?
want to introduce Javier. What do you have to say really quick?
I only have one question to ask you on this, because you were so concerned about, you don't give a shit about me. You don't give a shit about any of the liberals, anyone, because I'm not in that bucket. But what you think is a leftist bucket. What do you think you did for the right? Because you know how I learned about your tour was from
The
the
left.
fucking conservative fucking creators who fucking tore your shit up so bad.
Do you
I'm
have
just
a
telling you.
laptop in front of you?
What?
Do you have a laptop in front of you or any kind of like device in front of you besides your phone?
Well, somewhere over there, but no. Why?
Okay, do you have a pen and paper really quick?
Don't
You guys
be
keep asking. You guys
Don't be
keep
condescending.
asking.
What do you want?
Hold
What do
on.
you want?
You
Say what
guys
wanna
keep
say. What do
asking
you
this
wanna say?
question, and I've answered it 700 times
The
now.
only
I would
people
like
I've
you.
ever heard
I'd like
praising
you.
the Unfuck Americans are the
I'd
people on
like
the
you
tour.
because you
Oh,
guys.
you have a
Because I've only
fucking writing
I've
mechanism.
answered
What do
this
you want? What do you
question
wanna
like
say?
600 times.
What do you wanna
You
say?
keep saying that you've never heard conservatives say anything positive about the tour, yet I keep
Oh my
giving
God.
you the usernames of
I'm telling you
conservatives
what
who
came out
literally
of the-
came
of the
out.
initial
I am giving you
tour.
yeah, because the first tour was a bunch of fucking soy level ultra people who are jacked out on
It was
cheese
conservatives.
pizza. No,
Who
I'm
fucking
talking about the
blew you
first
guys
people
up?
on the tour. The
You
first
think
people
they're-
on the
they're your
tour.
friends. They're not your
Hold on,
friends.
holy shit. You are saying that conservatives had problems with the first tour. Yes, conservatives had problems with the first tour because these are fucking soy level ultra tofu
Okay.
bros. Of
What does
course,
that mean?
this is what we're trying to explain to you. The conservatives hated their first tour because
a
that
tofu
type
bro?
of
Love you
language,
now? The
the
conservatives
type
love you
of
now?
people, yes, the type of people in the first tour, conservatives said, wow, you are definitely not the left that we want to join. The second installment of the tour, we went and got a bunch of based ass creators, and now the conservatives' tone around the tour is completely different. Go check every single video conservatives made about the tour from the first installment, and I want you to compare it to the videos they're making about the second installment. There's
You know
a
what?
reason,
The
and
first
that
tour
is
you had
literally,
black
and that is
people, the
literally,
second tour you
and
had
that is literally like
nobody.
proof in the pudding that what we say works is working.
The
Yeah,
first
but
tour
do
you
you
had
think the
black people.
conservatives
The
actually
second
want to
tour.
vote for the
Real quick.
Democratic Party? If they're
I'm gonna have to
not, then you're
respect,
wasting
please.
your time.
Javier, what were you saying?
I'm gonna say, like, as someone who is a conservative who is on the right, I will have to say that the second tour, honestly, I wasn't there, but I saw videos of it. And about it, as a background, I regrettably voted for Donald Trump twice last year during the primaries and the general. So, and I will have to say that the that the Unfucked America tour is the second one that I saw with some creators is actually making me consider voting Democrat next year. Honestly, is considering.
But
I'm
that's an
considering it.
anecdote. You're one person. I don't. What I'm
Oh
asking
my
is,
fucking
my
God.
God.
Wait, I want
Oh
to ask
my God.
what about
that's
the
a fact.
tour?
One person.
Yo.
Your
Can
Can I
testimony
ask
is
you
if
what
it's
about the
possible to
tour
generalize
made you want to
the general
change your mind?
population.
Let me
Yo,
just say, let
you
me
could have
say,
just kept
because
that.
of
You didn't even have to say anything.
I gotta go. It's
Wait,
going
why'd
on
you?
4 a.m.
Oh,
on the East Coast. Mercedes, thank you for having me. I'll come back another time and talk to you. I thank you for the format, for the platform. I'm gonna go. It's 4 a.m. over here.
Thank you. Yeah, Javier, you're
love you guys.
based. You're based. If you want to continue disagreeing with us,
I will.
come up here. But this is what
I will.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm gonna first
Or
off, I'm gonna
anyone
look
in the
up what
chat.
based means.
Anyone
I'm
in
gonna
the
find out
chat.
what based means.
Based.
And then
find
I'll
out
come
what
back and talk to you guys.
tofu
Tofu,
soy
bro.
boy
Yeah,
means.
you guys got to learn to speak
Let me know.
baseball's language.
I
Javier.
would love to keep talking to you another time. Anytime you're live, let me up and we'll talk.
Perfect. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you guys.
Javier, I'm giving you a follow really quick. But this is what I'm talking about when we say that, like, we will have evidence or people just come up
Javier,
here.
what is it about the tour that made you that's
The
making
second
you
installment. What do you like about the second installment versus the first installment?
Is the I would say the further bashing of Trump. I would say just purely off of that is because well as the second administration, this one has unraveled. I mean, like for example, like mass deportations. I did
No,
not vote for that.
she's saying what about the first tour?
No,
So, like,
I'm saying
The
I'm just
first
saying
one?
what about the tour is making you change your mind?
that's what I'm explaining. So when we talk about to Javier, so what she's saying is like this installment, the second installment. What do you like about the second installment versus the first installment?
No, that's
of
your
the tour?
question. My question is just what about the tour making you change your mind? That's my question.
Exactly.
The
No.
second one compared to the first one.
No,
the
no,
second
just
one is like open
just
minded.
the second. Whatever. Fuck it.
When you
What
say
is it?
open-mindedness,
Open-mindedness about what?
You know, just by being open about people of different beliefs coming in and discussing like civilly and accepting people's civilly.
So are you learning stuff about Trump that you didn't know before that made you change your mind about Trump?
Yeah, I'm learning stuff that I didn't know about.
Like what?
Like for example, like how much deep connection, and I don't know if we are able to see the blank list, or you know what, I think TikTok will allow me to say this, but the Epstein list, I would say that I didn't know that he was that deep into it.
You learned that from the Unfuck America tour?
A little bit, yeah, but I've learned it from.
we debated it.
It's only about like certain. Here's the thing, the second tour made me change my mind a little bit. I would say only a tad bit, not like a majorly one, but like only like a tad bit.
Based.
So it's because of the Epstein list?
I would say, yeah, that and the fact that there's lack of transparency.
From the administration?
Yep.
Okay,
so
Javier, here's the real question. Do you think the second installment of the tour was able
was
to
a fake
convey that
question.
message for you better than the first installment?
I would say, yeah, I mean, honestly, the first one, I didn't even really watch all of it. It was like, oh, brother. And so I
Yeah,
just
because
turned it
when
off.
people's ears are closed to those type of things. That's what we're talking about with
What
like
type of
communication
things?
style. Like when you use words like patriarchy and things like that, when you go super soy, what'd you say? What do you call it, Mercedes?
Soy level ultra.
Soy level ultra. It just shuts
Javier,
people down.
what do you think
They're
about the
turned
word
off to it.
patriarchy? Do you have any opinions on the word patriarchy?
I don't disagree with the fact that it's like a thing. Like I'm not. in
Wait, I asked
disagreement about that.
Javier.
I'm
Can
just.
I
It's about
answer
the
her question?
communication, how we communicate the ideas. It's not about what's going on.
Yeah,
itself.
Javier, please answer.
Okay. Well, I would say as someone who is socially conservative for the most part, and well, first of all, I put my Catholic views as first one, so I go based off the church, and so I find the word patriarchy to be not. I honestly don't really have a. I mean, I don't really want to say much on it, but I don't really like the whole bashing quote unquote patriarchy. So, I mean, again, like I am more than fine. Like for example, like in terms of elections, like I voted for like women above men. And quite frequent elections actually. Matter of fact, if you're familiar about the Waukesha Christmas parade massacre, that one, that judge, since I live here in Wisconsin, a swing state, I actually voted for Jennifer Doro over the conservative guy that was running.
I have a
Really quickly before we continue the conversation, make sure you guys like the live. Let's get this to 60,000. Share out the live. We need another panelist. So if you are in disagreement, if you want to come argue the leftist position up here, or if you're a conservative who might have your opinion, you can come up here. But we're looking for people who have opinions, strong opinions, who want to come up here. We have Thrust and Hunger. Okay.
Javier, did you get? I just have a question. When I said the word patriarchy, did it like make you feel uncomfortable, or did you feel like any anger or like triggered by the word, or
I mean,
because you seem pretty level-headed about it?
I mean, can
Wait, hold on. Can you let
I
Javier
answer a
answer?
question, please?
Third,
No. Javier didn't shut down though. So can you let him
Not
answer?
something most
Thurston,
people
hold on.
care about.
Thurston, hold
It
on.
drives people
Thurston,
away.
hold
Let
on.
Javier answer.
Can I please? Thank you.
In
Yeah,
plain language, if you're going to
No.
say it at all, but Mercedes is 100% correct.
Wait.
Most
Let
people do
Javier
not
answer. I'm
care
asking
about
him
that. They're not
directly.
even familiar with that notion. And so when you
Thurston.
say
But
it, it
I'm
sounds
having a
elitist.
conversation
It
with the
drives them
person that
away.
we spoke about this about. So yeah, okay, so Javier, go ahead. Sorry.
I will say I did feel a tad bit uncomfortable. Actually, I did feel uncomfortable around it. So I mean, look, some of my views, according to leftists, are considered quote unquote far right. According to leftists, like most of my views. Actually, yeah, like all my views are like for example, like I'm like a traditional conservative. Like I do believe in like traditional values. So and I go based on my beliefs based off the church, the Catholic Church. So
Mm-hmm.
So Smooch, what about instead of like asking you about the patriarchy, you're like, oh, what about Donald Trump's like 3 marriages or whatever? Because like he's Catholic and he resonates with these traditional ideas, so why not like message it that way?
Exactly.
About his well, I'll be honest. That's not on my radar because it's not in
well, I
my.
can answer
But
that.
you're gonna vote
Hold on.
blue anyway.
I
Hold
can
on.
answer that.
Hold on,
though.
Javier. I'd like to give Thurston a chance to talk.
Okay.
And then and Barb, you too. Thurston, you go ahead.
One of the complaints about like liberals and people on the left is like we're overeducated. So we went to college, we took these classes, we read all this literature, and we're using terminology that most people are not even aware of.
Hey,
So
I'm
like,
not
Smooch,
educated
I
on
don't disagree with you. Well,
Christianity or the
let me
Bible.
speak.
So
Let me make
Smooch,
my
let
point.
him go.
Let me make my point. I don't disagree with anything you're saying about patriarchy and institutional structural inequality, but the problem is these terminology, it just is exactly what Mercedes is saying. People will immediately shut off when you use that. You have to speak to people in plain language, and arguments like that, you have to be subtle. You have to sneak in on them. You can't come in with this highly intellectual absolutist viewpoint. You're just going to put people off. You have to ease them into it. And we have to talk like normal people. Between us, we
can
can
I
talk in
respond?
very technical
Let him
language.
finish.
But with normal, regular people, that does not work. It comes off as elitist. It comes off as condescending because they are not aware of that literature. They haven't read the feminist literature.
Can I
You know what I'm
respond?
saying? So you're coming to them from a position that they don't have any context for it, and it
Can I
just sounds
respond?
condescending.
Hold on. Let him talk. Like, holy, you don't have to ask. Can I respond like 6 times?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and it's we have a real problem with that, where and also there's a lot of intolerance on the left. Look, I believe in equal rights under the law for everybody, but we had a movement of what was deemed social justice warriors, right? And it's like, I don't disagree with anything they're saying, but the way they approach things, they were so intolerant and so maximalist and absolutist. They would shout people down. They would not engage in dialogue. They put so many people off till you were hearing this common complaint from people that I know on the right and in the center saying, oh, these SJWs, like they're the reason I'm voting for like Trump, whatever. So we can't alienate people. We have to meet them in the middle. We have to speak to them in a language they understand and introduce concepts to them that they may not be familiar with. They don't have the same context and background that you do. And you can't expect them to know that. It's another issue with like cisgender,
What?
right? Like you talk to someone
Wait,
about
wait, okay,
cisgender,
Thurston,
Wait,
Thurston,
wait, wait,
Thurston,
wait, wait.
Thurston, wait. You
don't like
finna
being
go
called
on
that. They
way
don't
too
know
long.
that
Wait, wait,
term.
wait. Can I please respond?
Thurston.
Because I hear you. I hear you. Now, I know nothing about the Bible. I know nothing about Christianity. So in that way, Javier is much more intellectually, apt about Christianity than me. So how come he is allowed to use that language and not kind of cater to where I'm at?
I have a response to this.
you off, and I've heard like where people on the left and liberals are put off by people talking in this biblical language. It's like, hold on, why are you
But
evangelizing
no, I'm
me?
just
I want to talk
saying.
issues.
The
It's the same
biblical
thing, is it
language
not?
doesn't make conservatives shut down. It's like the elitist, like intellectual, like education stuff. The conservatives love the Bible shit.
Yeah,
That's
but I'm
what they're
saying
saying.
that if
That
we are
language
just
talks
two
to
human
conservatives.
beings speaking to one another, then why do I have to cater to him? But he doesn't have
Because we're
to.
not
That's
the
how
ones
human
who have
interaction
our
works.
candidate in the White House. The thing is, and I get this question from leftists all the time, is like, well, why do I have to cater to the conservatives? Because it's our people who are getting, in the leftist words, murked, unalived, and tormented under this administration. We would cater to the position of the person who we want to vote over here so that we could gain electoral power. The problem is these people have the power, the ball is in their court, and we are trying to steal it back. We don't sit there and continue being selfish and be like, well, you need to listen to me. They don't have to. They have this administration.
Oh, I didn't
so the
say
goal
that
is,
word.
again, don't take it literally, but what I'm stating is when we say, oh, they need to listen to my position or how I feel, or they need to hear how I speak, or I don't need to change my language to cater to them. I would if it meant to get power back. We have an issue in which they hold the ball in their court. They don't have to cater.
Javier, how do you feel about someone like me who knows nothing about Christianity or the Bible?
I view you as someone who was made beautifully in the image of God, and you are a beloved creation of the Lord, I would say, and the Lord will love you to get to know Him, and for Him to get to know you, I would say.
Do you think if I started,
Make sure you guys
I
are liking
said
this live and share it out. Let's get it to 55,000.
I would maybe consider reading some of the Bible and maybe start to learn about it. Would you maybe consider learning about what the word patriarchy means and stuff like that?
Like, are you saying like me learning more about patriarchy?
Yeah, if I learn more about the Bible, because it's something I don't really know about. So, like, what do you think about that if we learned about each other's points of view?
Sure. I'm pretty open-minded and researching points of view, even though I may not end up agreeing with it at the end. I am more than willing to look at the different viewpoints, even if I don't come to a conclusion of that viewpoint at the end.
Period.
And that is what you're meeting the person where they're at. So when you sit there and be like, hey, I'm willing to listen to your Bible speak, this is exactly what we're talking about, because most people do not take that position. So when there's an exchange of ideas, that's exactly what we're trying to get to happen here. It's like, hey, I'm going to speak in your language and get you over here so that maybe you'll take my position. But it doesn't come from just being like, hey, this is my position, I am not going to listen to yours. And that's exactly what, again, the Unfuck America Tour is doing, is to go listen to their position so that they will listen to us. So thank you for affirming that tactic works.
But you never bring up the stuff like patriarchy. So
No, because,
We're
yeah.
saying
So how do you know if they would be open or not?
Hold on, Barb.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm saying hold on, let Barb speak. Barb, you're gonna speak.
I just am seeing it's almost hypocritical because you're saying it's really important to change your tone and your language approach, meet people where they're at, depending on who you're speaking to. But you also have this goal of fixing the left and Democrats or whatever at the same time. And when Smooch brought up the topic that was important to her, you had an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is and meet her where she was at and use her language.
She's gonna vote blue anyway.
Her.
When I say fix the left, I'm talking about find all the people who are too scared to say anything because far leftists and just raise up their voices. The people who are like far left, I have zero desire to cater to them. I've honestly like lost a lot of respect for a lot of them. I just don't. They're just not in my realm of worry. When I say like fix the left, I'm talking about get those people who are in the same wavelength as I am, or like Lucas, and just raise their voices up to be louder than the leftists. When I say
I get
fix the
that.
left, that's the plan. It's not to like, for example, the way that I talk to people on this panel, and if there's any conservatives in the chat, they'll see this. I am very kind to conservatives because I want them to come over here, but
So am I.
I've gotten to a point where like the far left that I've thrown my hands up in the air and I'm just like,
I'm
just
far
saying
left, and
it's difficult
I'd
to
say I was
take.
pretty kind to Javier, who's a conservative. Wouldn't you say?
It's difficult to take
yeah,
that
for
advice
sure.
from you
Yeah,
about
the main point
changing
Mercedes
your
is trying to
approach
make is
when
that it doesn't matter about appealing to the left because they're going to vote blue anyway. This is
well,
political
I'm not
activism is
saying
about electoral power and actually
I'm
winning.
not saying to appeal to the left. I'm just saying basic communication skills that you're trying to teach people how important it is to change and meet people where they're at. And you're not doing that. And so I don't know how you can expect other people to follow you.
Yeah, I don't have much of a desire to like any of the left, like the leftists. I have no desire to work with them. I have no desire to cater to them in any kind of way. I have no desire to teach them to do what I'm doing
Do you
simply
care
because I
about what
think,
they're going through in this country?
well, no shit. That's why we're building electoral power.
Why wouldn't you want to teach people
You're
what you
Because they're going to
learned
vote blue
about
anyway. They're
changing?
going
They're
to vote
voting
blue.
blue
Listen,
anyways.
Lucas, you're saying
Or
that
they're
voting
not
blue
gonna vote
is
blue
the
anyways.
end all be all here, but we're all living in this country together, right? We're all um
Hold on, really quickly. Let's get this live to 56,000. Let's go ahead and share it out. And I'm going to drop someone in order to bring up another person on the left. So if you are a leftist in the chat and you also disagree, I'd like to battle more of you guys. This is fun. Let's see here, because we have, I want to make this even. Logix, Lucas, and Threston and me are more on this side, and then there's just Smooch and Barb. So I'm gonna drop one of the
Keep me.
conservative. Huh?
Keep me.
I
Keep
just want
who?
to say really quick that there are a lot of people on the hard left,
Javier,
like
I'm gonna drop you really quick. Is that okay?
All right.
Okay, I'm
Bye,
gonna follow
Javier.
you
Thanks for
though.
talking to me.
You're
Yeah.
based. You're based, brother. Okay.
Thank you.
I fucking love you, man.
I also want to point out there
Stay
are a lot of
blessed, dude.
people on the hard left who are never going to vote Democrat because to them everyone's a
That's
fascist.
exactly what I said. I said, or they're not gonna vote at all. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah, we're never going to get to them.
Is there any leftists in the chat who want to come up and help? Is it
Barbara
Smooth
said.
or is it Smooch?
Smooch.
Smooch. Is there any leftists in the chat who want to come up and help Smooch? And let's get this live to 56,000 and keep sharing it out. The more we get this shared out, the more we get this liked, the more leftists will come in, and then you guys will get a little bit more of that action of us yelling at one another. I'm just kidding. But if there's any leftists in the chat who want to come up there, just go ahead and request up. Or if you take problem with our position, go ahead and request up.
And another thing about the far leftists that don't vote Democrat, the moderate voters are still a way bigger pool than the far left. So we would get much more like electoral power there.
Mercedes, if
Maybe
you
like
don't care at
5,000.
all-
Let Barb.
if Mercedes, if you have no interest in having a coordination or relationship with the left, why are you holding these lives and asking leftists to come up and talk to you?
Because I think that debating you guys is fun, and I also think that it helps conservatives see that there's a position against you guys. So I don't think a lot of conservatives see this. Like, they don't know that people like me or like Lucas or like Logix exist. So when they see us even telling our own side, hey, this is too far, this is too much, it gives the impression not all of the liberals are on the far left.
Is it fair to say that you might be a little ashamed to be associated with the left?
It's not. I don't want to say ashamed. That's not a total mischaracterization. My problem with the far left, there's a little bit of embarrassment there. I'm not gonna lie.
And why?
Because I feel like you guys do a really good job at getting people to vote on the right.
Well, do you see how I've been speaking to people? Like, do you think that that's so out of line the way I was speaking to
You're
Javier?
not. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Logix.
You're not disrespectful or like it's not like it's something necessarily inherently bad about it. It just doesn't work. That's the problem. It's not like, oh my gosh, she's an unfathomable, like I can't just bear listening to her. It just doesn't work. And as somebody that's also on the left, I noticed this, and this is why I even started getting into politics. I felt like making a joke, but like I felt like I wanted to be the token black guy. You feel me? Like I'm like seeing just the behaviors of some people that have liberal ideals. It just was like too much for even me to bear, where everybody's like crying over spilled milk all the time. We're trying to like scold everybody for you don't understand the patriarchy and
I think
misogyny
sometimes you guys mistake.
wait, or calling or racism for every time there's an interaction between a black person and a white person. I was sick of that. And as somebody that shares probably 99% of the policies as you, I just wanted people to know that I'm not insane, and we're not all insane, and we're not always trying to cry over spilled milk every time something happens.
I hear you, but I think that sometimes you guys mistake passion for blame, because leftists want everybody to come together. You know, they don't want to fight with people. They want you to see the injustices that are happening to everyone.
Do you believe that the approach is proper? Because I'm going to tell you, like, the proof is, like, just when you say that you guys want to bring people together and you don't want to fight people and it's so loving and this or that, you just
I'm
go
not saying
look.
it's kumbaya all the time.
I'm just saying you go look at the comment section of my past, like, 5 videos on this account and just, like, this right, for example, there's a comment that I responded to because even the writer, like, holy shit, Mercedes Aside is tearing her apart right now. It's because of how you guys act, simply because I took a 3-second video with someone you guys don't like. You know what I mean? And that right there is what we're talking about when we say that this is the behavior that drives people away. There was a comment I responded to where someone was like, your comment section from your people is exactly why I left the left, and it reaffirms me to be on the right every single day. So there are literal people who have moved right who are telling us that this is the issue, and then it's just like the left refuses to believe that this is the issue.
I agree that there are people on the left who can be a little bit harsh, but I more so think that people in moderate are very afraid of accountability and tend to deflect when people are trying to hold them accountable.
When you say accountability, like, what are you talking about? So, like, do you think that I needed to be held accountable for taking a 3-second video with the older millennial?
I think that people wanted to try to explain to you why.
I mean, like, just yes or no. Do you think I should have been held accountable? Yes or no?
It's probably not yes or no. There's probably
That's not really a yes.
I mean, it's a yes. Do you think people should have a problem with it and try to get me to stop doing that? Or no, people should realize that crying over spilt milk is useless.
You think accountability means canceled?
No, I mean, I don't believe I can get canceled. I think that's impossible. I will never leave. But I think that a lot of people holding people accountable, holding people accountable is not filling someone's comment section with calling them. I don't think I can say it on here, but if you go like disgusting or grifter
is a terrible place.
Yes, but this when you say the internet is a terrible place, this is my following who exist on the left who are saying these things. Whereas the right-wingers in the comment sections are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Mercedes. So when you say like the people of the internet and allergic to accountability or this or that, when you look at how the left holds people accountable and what they choose to hold people accountable for, it's absolutely asinine.
Well, let me give you an example.
Okay. This following, like there, I don't, in my community, that's not what happens. There might have been some people who, if it was a friend of mine or whatever that was with older millennial, there might have been some people who wanted to ask questions about it and felt like it was weird, and accountability was being able to ask.
But you guys are not addressing the fact of how left. When you say accountability, the type of accountability that the left uses is taking to comment sections and doxing people.
Yeah, but
it's
the right
not
will
real
just
accountable.
The right will just kill people.
No, the right. I've been a right wing influencer and I've been a left wing influencer, and the only time I ever got doxed was on the left while fighting for the left, simply because I didn't agree with one thing.
I
Can
made a
we
video
acknowledge
about
that
Adriana.
that's not? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I made a video about Adriana Smith. You know the Adriana.
Can you
Smith.
address any points, or you like? It's almost like you only like
No,
you
no.
don't listen to respond.
I was listening to you. I was trying to make a parallel. But what specifically did you want me to?
Can you explain to me do you think that it's a problem that the left decides that the accountability that they want to take people down is calling them horrific names in their comment sections? The thing is, when the
I think
right,
you're generalizing, so I can't really answer.
it's not.
that.
I mean, it's not a generalization. If you want to go look at the comment sections, it's a whole
Well, I
fucking
could say this.
consensus.
I could say, the right says.
But I
horrible
don't care
things to
about.
me.
I don't care about what the right is the opposition. I don't care what the right says about me. I care about what my own
But
party
I was
says
saying
about
about
me.
me. It's not
Yes, I don't
about
care.
you.
I don't care about what the right says about you. What I'm saying is the position that I'm trying to tell you here is that when the left eats the
But I care
left,
about what the right says about me because
holy shit!
it's
When the
it's
left
harmful.
when the left eats the left, that is a much bigger problem when the right tries to eat the left. We are always going to exist in this position in which the right doesn't like the left and the left doesn't like the left. But on the right, they can have opposing views without getting doxxed. Over here on the left, you have a different
No,
opposing
you
views.
are. I think you are really.
You have a different opposing view than someone on the left, and all of a sudden you're getting eaten alive.
With this conversation, you're creating more barriers than bridges.
But you're not responding to things that I'm saying, and it's
Yeah,
getting really
that's
frustrating.
my response.
No, my response to you, or can you explain to me? Do you think it is more harmful for the left to eat the left, or for the right to eat the left?
I can't answer that because that is just you're creating more barriers than bridges.
Electorally, which one do you
Logix,
think is
do
the
you
worst
agree?
problem?
With what part?
That she's creating more barriers than bridges by
I
saying
I
that.
I understand what you're saying, but she's trying to I understand what you're saying. But the problem is that she's trying to get you to understand that she doesn't want she can't capitulate to the far left if they're gonna behave in the same manners that they've always been behaving in, and it's kind of almost a lost cause. We're still
So
two parties, and it's like we want the far left to be a part of the tent, but as I think Lucas said too earlier, it's like you got some people on the far left that just won't vote, or you're here arguing with us and you're still going to vote left, which therein Mercedes not that concerned with your grievances because you're going to vote left anyway.
then why has she been having a 3-hour conversation with me?
Because she says she wants people on the right to see that we are trying to show people that are more moderate or leaning right a little bit and have wiggle room to see that everybody on the left isn't just trying to dox them and trying to just like never mind, I'm not gonna bring that
You
up.
also
But
said
yeah,
though that it's fun to fight with leftists, and so I do think that you.
let's be honest, we're all on TikTok at 4 a.m. This
Oh
is
yeah.
entertainment,
No, I understand, but Mercedes, do you think that the leftists that you have cultivated in your following through this kind of like controversial presence online is representative of all of the left?
I mean, I think it's a good. I think a million. I think. Okay, so we have 63,000 on fucking Threads. There's 32,000 on Substack. There's 500,000 on Instagram. There's 2 accounts that are both 500,000 each on TikTok, and a Facebook page that is 65,000 people. I do think that is a general great sample size. I think that is a great sample size. I think you could sell that list for like $100,000 if you had an email list based off those people. Yeah, I think it's a extremely well sample size.
I think that might be a little bit narrow-minded because
No,
of
I
the
don't
way
think. I think that breaches more than most surveys do. I think that number is higher than most surveys.
Right, but it's not random, the people who follow you.
Exactly. That's why it is a great sample size. The majority of people that follow me are on the left. So the way that people respond to the content, yes, I think that's a great sample size. So when I say that the left has a problem with being nasty in comment sections, I pull that from my comment sections, I think that's a great sample size.
You request that. You say,
I request
want
what?
this. I want leftists to come up here and fight with me. I like this. And so that draws a different sample size than if you just I don't know.
What?
Spoke about
I
your
mean,
views.
I don't think we're really engaging with what I'm saying here. But like, what I'm trying to explain to you is my point is that the left has an issue, and I think the sample size will show that
I'm
issue. Go ahead, Logix.
I'm sorry, Barb. Are you a content? I'm not trying to like belittle you. Are you a content
No,
creator or no?
no. I find this fascinating because I have a
Okay.
huge activist community in real life that is
Okay.
not representative of what happens online,
I
and I
was
find that
no.
fascinating.
Yeah. I was just asking because I mean, typically you're gonna have an audience that more often than not is gonna agree with you mostly. And what she's saying is she sees the behavior of the type of people that like her, which is why she's on here saying like I've lost followers simply because I did a video with somebody I disagree with. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's why she's saying she has a good gauge on what people engage in that agree with her probably mostly ideologically. And I agree. I think that's kind of problematic,
I
and that's
agree.
why we kind of the unfuck America people are like we care about real things versus like this whole like, oh, I'm in a video with older millennial. I don't like I can't vote
But
for
do you see
Kamala.
how
And
that
I'm not saying
relates
that
to the
I'm wait,
real
wait, wait, I'm
world?
not saying that's
It has real
y'all.
world
I'm not
implications.
no, no. This is not real world implications. This is some online shit.
Yeah.
Because the problem is we want to have people not like Trump in office, right? That's what matters the most. So therefore, Unfuck America is trying to garner as many people that care about trying to get him out of office in real life shit that's affecting people in real life, and not her being in a video with older millennial
But
or
did
the
you
fact that
change
she
older
uses
millennials' mind?
We said 100
you
times
can
it
change
has.
yes, and he can change his
Did
audience's
you
mind
change
because
his
he's
mind?
human.
Do you
Maybe
think
not
that
him, but he has
hold
an
on, but
audience.
I mean that is just like such unrealistic standards. Again, it's just an unfair question. It's so
It's not an
intellectually
unfair
dishonest.
question.
You do not change people's mind overnight. You do not have a
You
15
think
minute
he's on his way to changing his mind?
you do not have a 15-minute interaction with someone and be able to engage in that at all, or to be able to engage that at all. Again, what I've stated multiple times is I don't think older millennial will ever change his mind. My target is not older millennial. My target is older millennials audience, the people that follow the older millennial.
But could
I think
it
as a
be?
content creator, he's solidified in his side because he gets paid to be there. But his followers are not paid to be on the right. So I
I
think they have
think
a lot more incentive to vote over here if they were met with proper information.
it's more likely that older millennials audience will see you as a fan or as a
No, they follow.
friend
They
of
went
older
in.
millennial than
No,
somebody who could possibly change older
it's
millennials' mind.
it's so but they're not. I'm not looking to change older millennials' mind, but it's interesting that you operate off the assumption that you even know how his fans are reacting to this when his fans are in my
But
DMs telling me
you're
again. I
assuming
have the
how his fans
experience.
are reacting.
Yes, because I have experience. It's not assumptions. It's DMs. Like it's physical evidence of older millennials fans in my DMs being like, "Hey, I loved the conduct of you at the Unfuck America tour,
And now they wanna vote blue?
and how you treated conservatives. So I am going to follow your page now. They're in my comment sections. They're in my DMs. They're in their own comment sections on his posts, being like, "Wow, I'm going to go follow Mercedes because she seems like one of those liberals who aren't going to sit here and make fun of me for being a conservative."
And do you think that will
And
truly make them vote
yes,
blue?
yes, I
it's
think
really
that the
possible.
time. I think that the time that they get to sit there and watch my content, there's a lot of things that happen when these people decide to follow a liberal content creator. One, the time that they, over a period of time, they get to see me debunk conservative claims, which they would not have seen otherwise before because they're in a vicious echo chamber of an algorithm. That's step one. They see my video. Step two is the algorithm sees that they're interacting with liberal content, and now the algorithm is feeding them more liberal content from other creators. So it's a snowball effect of breaking down algorithmic echo chambers by getting them to follow liberal content creators, one, and two, the time spent over the next 4 years of them listening to liberal content can definitely change their vote.
I think it's far too
That was so dumb what the
soon
guest just said.
to judge that that method isn't really successful. You have
Oh,
first
it's not successful. Hi, it was successful for me. So
Wait, y'all. I
wild
think y'all are moving the goalposts at this point
Yeah.
because y'all
No,
are
I'm
just
saying,
literally ignoring the firsthand evidence of what she wants to accomplish
I was
working.
just gonna say you have firsthand experience with this working, and so I don't feel like it's anyone else's place to judge the process just because it looks
Okay, my
different the
apologies
way
if
that
that's
they
what
Not
you
look.
said.
judging the process, just
Okay,
questioning.
Barb. Okay, Barb, that was
but,
based.
but I do think that
Okay,
you
stop
step
calling me
on your
dumb, rich
own
poor.
toes when you
I didn't say anything dumb.
Don't ignore the comment section. It's fine.
I think sometimes you step on your own toes with the way that you engage with the left, as if
I step on the toes of the left because I don't care
no, I
about
don't.
stepping on
Because
their
they're gonna
toes.
vote blue. That's
I
why.
don't step on
Yeah,
your
Like,
own.
like
it's
listen,
the same
no,
answer
Barb,
every
look,
time. It's the
no,
same
no,
answer
for
every
real, like dead
time.
ass, Barb. I get what you're saying. I fully get it. Like, it's especially being a content creator, you just have a different perspective. Like,